Prequels are an interesting thing. They happen before the story that you know, and yet once you hear them, nothing is ever the same. A prequel changes context. A prequel changes the story and takes everything that you've understood, flipping it on its head. Champions of the Earth is a live-action podcast, the story of 5 teenagers in the year 2000X in the small town of Beach Bay, fighting for their town and the future of the world, blessed by powers impossible, by the spirit Ikosagon. This is not that story. This is a prequel. This is Champions of the Past.
Can you tell we're excited?
I was rapt. I was listening. I was just like...
This is what happens every time we start Champions of the Earth. Like, we listen to Colin for a while and get in the mood.
You've got to set the tone.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Absolutely. Champions of the Earth is the future. Champions of the Past is the now. The year is 1900 and X. The place, a sleepy town called London. Hardly sleepy at all. Before we get into our adventure proper, I and our viewers would love to know who you are. Your lovely faces, not necessarily your characters, we'll meet them in time. But who are you, my lovelies? Why don't we start?
Ladies first.
Oh, well, I'm Marcy Campos, and yeah, big RP player, even big gamer, so that's me.
Excellent.
My name is Jesse V. Hill. Less so, but
Getting there,
but
getting
getting there. This is my first time rolling dice on a stream.
This is your very first live stream. Hell yeah! Welcome, man.
Thank you.
This is awesome.
And happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you very much.
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
It's a late birthday present from us to you.
Oh, how
yeah. Oh, you.
I guess you'll go last.
All right.
Go last.
Hi, my name is Amanda Powers, and I haven't live streamed in like 7 months, and I really missed it. So I'm excited to be back doing it.
Awesome.
Back from the vast. Hi, I'm Jackson Lansing. If you know Colin, you probably know me. I'm his writing partner, and I do a lot of. I've done a little bit of live stream on this here awesome channel before, or you might know me from Vast and Geek and Sundry, or wherever. Either way, really great to see you guys. I have a beard now.
And it's a distinguished beard at
I've
that.
gotten really old. The off-season stress has really gotten to me, guys. Yeah, it's bad. I have dandruff too, apparently. Yeah, it's really bad.
Just grooming you. And I am your game master, Colin Kelly. Some of you know me from Vast. Some of you know me from working with Jackson. Some of you know me because you watch me in my home. Weird. No,
No, that's just me,
Oh, that's fair.
because I live there.
Stop that.
And we want to thank you, the Saving Throw audience, for having us. This is incredibly exciting. We can't believe that we get to actually be here and bring what is traditionally a game that we play ourselves, that we take a lot of lazy time with, and really have a languished game that we then edit down into quite an adventure.
I recall being incredibly lazy most of the time.
Yeah.
On this
If
show.
somebody here has never heard of Champions of the Earth, what is Champions of the Earth? Can you at least let them know that?
I can. Champions of the Earth is a adventure podcast. We are not just a tabletop podcast. We are an experimental fusion of a actual play beta test of a brand new system called the Op20 system.
Graded by Colin Kelly.
Bingo. And a fully produced audio drama. So Jesse,
Produced by Jesse B. Hill.
Absolutely. So what we're trying to do with our normal adventure is fuse kind of what we all love about games like Adventure Zone or Critical Role, and fuse it with the kind of awesome cinematic experience that you can get only from a kind of audio, from a well-produced audio drama. So it's a complicated process that's half post-production and half extemporaneous role-playing, but we're really proud of what we've created, and we hope that you check it out. You can find us pretty much on every podcasting outlet at Champions of the Earth or at Championscast. You can find us on the web, on Twitter, on Facebook, wherever fine podcasts are sold. In fact, we have a special offer just for you. For anyone who, new followers who join us on our Twitter account over the course of this game, we will be giving away 2 Champions of the Earth mahogany pins. Yes, that's right. You can join us as one of our reserve champions. Perhaps you'll be called into action. Who can say? Just join us, follow us on Twitter, and hopefully subscribe to the podcast and find out what happens 100 years from now.
Right on.
We have a few tiers of exciting opportunities as you listen and as you donate to Saving Throw Show that will unlock rad opportunities for both our players and for me. So as we kind of get into that, I'm excited to see how it rolls out. But to give you a little taste of the game we're playing, just so you understand what the Op 20 system is, well, why don't you guys describe it just for a second?
Sure. So the Op 20 system is played with 2 opposing D20s. Whoever is rolling for offense and whatever is rolling for defense. Generally, that's one of us rolling against the game master. It's pretty. Sometimes it's us against us, and sometimes we crit each other into saying and doing things we have no idea how to maintain or emotionally deal with.
I have
really
no
fun.
idea what you're talking about.
But coming soon on Champions of the Earth. But yeah, it's really very simple, and the idea of it is to be able to play a lot of roles very, very fast. Once we get into combat, it gets there's a lot of rollies. Rolly, all day long.
And we have modifiers. Not only are your usual, strength, agility modifiers that can be added to your D20 roll, but in fact we can use power points to model rolls and to trigger more limit-breaking types of effects when we're in, I don't know, something more than our more mortal selves.
I wonder what that will be.
Yes, I don't want to spoil things.
Exactly.
That to you.
So as our players basically land successful rolls, they get power points. The more power points they have, the more power points they can spend to unleash more awesome, crazier attacks.
Yep.
That's kind of the fundamental mechanic. On top of that, they also have personal traits, which can give them some boosts to their dies.
Each of us have 2 personal traits in this particular game.
And
With 3 uses each?
With 3 uses each, correct. And that's basically everything that you need to know to enjoy the story that we are about to weave for you. So,
also, this game has 4 character sheets. Imagine why.
Oh yeah, guys.
Wait, 4.
I've got 4.
I'm in 4.
Oh,
Did I give you one too many?
because I've got, yeah,
My bad. He only 3.
3 character sheets.
All right. And without further ado, let us begin the adventure.
Just get that evil laugh out.
We're so
It's really nice because, like, this is just a 2-parter. It's a prequel, and Colin is known for being a very pleasant storyteller with no intention of murdering us in a ditch.
We're all gonna survive. It's all gonna be great.
Okay. As said, the year is 1900 and X. The place, London, England, in the heart of the British Empire. For the last 5 years or so, there's been a secret force keeping Britannia safe from monsters boiling up from the depths, from undead ghouls and creatures boiling from foul Romania, and even enemies descending from the stars. No, they are not thanked. No, their names are not shouted or seen in the newspapers, but they're spoken of in whispers. They're spoken of as heroes by the tabloids, by the rags, by drunks in bars. The League of Champions, they are called, and no one knows their name. Alice.
Yes.
It's morning. You're awakening. There's a knock on your door. Miss Abbott! Miss Abbott, it's time to wake up.
Okay, Mac, I'm up.
sweeps in a grizzled Irish Scotchman, his hair grayed. He swoops in with a tray of food for you. Best time to get your grub on. It's time to have an adventure, miss.
Thanks, Mac. I'm starving. What did you make?
Strawberry scones, your favorite.
Thank you.
Of course.
Give them to me.
Absolutely, here you go. Now, get yourself ready. I'm not sure what the day is going to bring for you, but I'm sure it's going to be great. And with that, he swoops away. And no sooner has he swooped away than you see a small, pulsing pink light underneath your book.
Uh-oh. Do I know what that means?
You do. It's your League of Champions pin that was given to you by Akasagon. It's chirping. Bigging. Bigging.
Oh, Mac, it's adventure time!
Do you grab it?
Yeah.
And as you grab it, like it has many times before, you start to glow, glisten, and suddenly disappear. Arriving
In your gym jams?
In my gym jams? Yeah, I'm like,
Gym Jams.
I was going to ask, like, what are you wearing? Where are you?
I literally was in bed just waking up.
All good adventures start
This is inappropriate.
when one's in the pajamas.
Well, lucky for you, you're ready. As you arrive in the League Tower, a room-shaped space with massive windows looking out to London far below. It's a posh room, elegant and impossibly high up.
I mean, every time I show up here, I just walk straight to like one of the windows and just kind of look out for a while.
And luckily for you, I believe you told me that you have a little chest of drawers here that you keep secret and special.
Oh, right. So I keep like a drawer with kind of boys' clothing in it, so that when I'm out and about, not in a high-class lady fashion, I can fit in better. So yeah, I'm gonna steal over there and just kind of change my clothes a little bit so that no one sees me in my gym jams.
And why don't you tell us a little bit about what Alice Abbott looks like? Who is this mysterious girl?
Well, she's a 22-year-old American. She's the daughter of a shipping magnate who brought her to London when she was about 18 because she couldn't seem to get too many suitors, so to speak, and he's having some trouble marrying his only daughter off. So he thought he might take care of business, but also as a secondary function, try and see if a British lad would like to marry her.
A titled British lad?
And I'm sure. I'm certain. That is so far not taken. It's been about 4 years.
The landed gentry can be assholes to new money.
I mean, yeah.
Especially American new money.
I learned this from Downton Abbey.
Yeah, very American, very new money. So it's a little weird because you have enough money to be considered kind of a high class, but don't really get invited to too many things because of that kind of stigma. So yeah.
And as you change from your gym jams to your boys' breeches, we swoop down to the Thames.
Ooh.
Past the docks, past some royal guards that actually seem to be stationed in front of a dock house. No reason really why they would be there, but I suppose they're to keep the riffraff away. Through the dock, into the warehouse, an open space of water. And rising up out of that water, what do we see?
Whoa, help me out. Are you talking about this?
I'm talking about this.
Yeah, all right, cool. Rising up out of the water in the center of this dock house is, and right now it's vertical, so it kind of looks like a tower, but is the sort of tall shape and mouth of a humpback whale, but it is bright white, laced with gold, has sort of gold eyes, gold lacing all up on the sides of it, some very like floral patterns. It's got a little crown on the top of its head, like not like a three-dimensional crown, but it's like a lacing around the top of it. It looks like maybe a statue, except it's impossibly large for a statue. It looks like something could be inside of it. In fact, a whole building could be inside of it. And yes, there it is, towering there.
This whale, this giant mechanical...
Mine is an evil laugh.
And we push in through the whale to find...
Gross. Sorry.
Let's say we push in through its eye.
There we go,
Glass,
golden eye.
Golden crystal eye.
Yes.
To find inside a laboratory. And working in this laboratory, none other than a bearded, swarthy, gray-faced, gray-bearded, but well-suited admiral of the Royal British Navy. By the name of His Royal Highness, Prince Adolphus.
Yeah. That's correct.
Prince Adolphus, behind you, you hear a bloop, 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 bloop.
Damn it, Smith! Did you leave that experimental microwave on again?
Sorry, sir. Experimental microwave. Nope, been turned off and stowed safely.
Then where's that damn beeping coming from?
It seems to be, coming from your personal effects, sir.
And I pop up and flip I just have this sort of weird contraption for welding that I sort of pop up next to me. But I haven't been using goggles, apparently.
Apparently not safe.
Yeah, he's not royalty. I turn around towards Smith. My personal effects. Beeping. Are you certain?
I suppose few things are certain in life, sir, but what I can guarantee is that there is a beeping seemingly coming from your personal effects. I'd be glad to go through them for you.
No need. Just wash myself off for a bit. Just make sure tea is ready. I'll see to my own affairs.
And he clicks his heels and he strides out to go get the tea ready as he should.
Yeah, and I go to the papers and presumably see the pin there.
The pin leaping.
All right. I guess I open up. I've got a book that tracks all of the royal assets that are currently at British Sea, and I open it up, and inside of it is the pin. And I yell after Smith, "Play that tea, Smiths! Afraid today is the day for adventure!" And I grab the pin and activate it.
Disappear into a flash of light. Across town, in a warehouse. Another warehouse. This is just the back of what, if we were to see the front of this warehouse, my God, it looks splendiferous. A marquee gleaming, saying the amazing and fantastic. But there's no name and no show times. This is a show that has yet to go up. Inside, we push through flats and machinery, workshops and lighting effects, all sorts of the kind of strange and macabre you might expect to find from a master magician, perhaps, or mad scientist. Instead, in the back, well, we find a little bit of both. In Mr. Preston Peabody. Preston, what are you doing?
Why, I am currently at work on a new contraption for a magician who shall remain nameless. My clients often do not enjoy me spreading about that I manufacture some of their illusions for them. So this shall be a teleportation box. I am not at liberty to discuss the inner workings, for that would spoil the trick and the novelty for my client, but I am hard at work on that.
I see. Is this a genuine teleportation box,
no,
or merely an illusion?
Oh, it's absolutely an illusion. Only my very best clients might benefit from anything other than just mechanical workings and a little bit of a little sleight of hand.
I see. As behind you, bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop.
And what a perfect opportunity. I give my hands a quick clap, clap, and say, Reginald, we've practiced this. And
We all have put upon personal assistants.
No, Reginald is my trained white dove.
Yes. I'm gonna shut up. Excuse me.
And Reginald swoops in. Says Reginald.
And, thank you, Reginald. You are improving. We shall work on your concealment so that you may transport things without them being seen at some point in the future. But have a little bit of birdseed from my hand.
Peck, peck, says Reginald.
Excellent. And I collect the pin and I activate it because it's going to be fine. I'll finish the illusion later.
In Champion's headquarters, as you have changed to your boy's garb, you're surprised in a flash of light as His Majesty appears.
Miss Abbott.
Prince Adolphus, good day.
Good day. I see you've decided to wear the finery of a man today.
Yeah, it's just more comfortable.
Yes. I imagine it is. Man like myself, I wouldn't know much about the comforts of
Oh, that's a shame.
such garb. Yes, indeed. The burdens of royalty.
I'm sure. I
Although-
have no idea.
Are the rest here yet?
Nope, I don't think so. Unless Preston's here, but we just can't see him.
Not quite. Across town, in the vibrant theater district. It's quiet, it's still morning. People sleep upon the streets. It's relatively... it's a quiet and sad part of town when not gripped by the sparkle and glamour of the evening. But there are some who are still hard at work. Or perhaps they never slept at all. Behind the theater, in her personal dressing room, we find Ms. Rosalind Thorne.
Oh, dear, you need to get up and leave now. I kind of gently usher the stagehand out of my quarters, kind of throwing his pants off as he skedaddles on out.
Miss Thorne, can I...
need to get ready. I'm sure they can set you up with something delicious downstairs, sweetheart. Until tomorrow, sweet thing.
Tomorrow. All right. Absolutely. And he scurries off. It's just the best day of his life.
Of course it is. Oh, yes. Well, let's see. What's my schedule this morning? I think I'll do some shopping, check down, make sure the set's fixed. I think I ripped a stocking earlier. Someone's set to fix that. Tea. She gets up and starts sorting things.
Yes, your queenliness. Some shouts from off. They'll get you tea eventually. You're not all that. She's pretty hot stuff, though. What play are you... It's about to go up. What play are you putting on this evening?
I am Beatrice in Much Ado About Nothing. I've practiced my dry wit and sarcastic comebacks for our rather rudely cast Benedict, but it's actually going quite well. I'm quite excited.
Excellent. And as you put yourself together for the day, chirp, chirp,
Right.
chirp, chirp,
Really? Now?
chirp, chirp.
Plans. Right. Well, she buttons up a bit more. Right, champions. Goes on. Bum, 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 bum. She grabs it.
And she vanishes. Meanwhile, inside the tower, Mr. Peabody appears.
What ho, what ho!
Preston! She just goes and gives him like a big hug.
Yes, I think it's a very convivial hug.
Yeah.
We know each other well.
Mr. Prescott!
Peabody. Once again, Your Highness, it is Peabody.
Yes. Well, and once again, to you, Prince Adolphus Saxe-Coburg.
Oh, I see. Well, if it's going to be that today, then very well.
No, His Royal Highness will be fine. I wanted to alert you. This contraption you provided me for mobile welding is quite extraordinary. I would very much like to put in a larger order for the Navy as soon as you are willing to make such technology public.
I will consult with Mr. Carter and get back to you.
I would appreciate it. Someday I'd like to meet this silent partner of yours.
Many people would.
Preston, where's Reginald?
no, Reginald has stayed behind to man the workshop and to ensure that no one shall be trespassing in my absence. I have trained him to ring my badge should there be an intruder.
Okay.
And with a blink of light, Miss Thorne appears.
Oh, good to see you all this morning. How are you, Your Majesty?
Miss Thorne. We do like the hand
Yes.
kiss thing. Yeah, for sure.
Preston consults his pocket watch and said, "Oh, I see that this counts as morning."
Oh, for some. Good to see you, Preston. Your illusions worked wonders on the Midsummer production.
Ah,
Glad to
excellent.
recommend
Yes, no, I was lurking in the back.
Oh! Alice, so good to see you. You're looking quite dapper, quite dashing.
Thank you.
The reviews of your Midsummer production were quite exemplary. And congratulations.
Thank you. You should come and see Much Ado.
I already have a ticket for the front row tonight.
Oh, well, I'll make sure to get you backstage afterwards.
I do wish I could, but the appearance of royalty at
No, of
such a
course.
function.
Understood.
Shakespeare never was my cup of tea, sadly. Much more a Moliere man.
Where's Roshan? Is he here yet?
I've not noticed.
Oh yeah, where?
I think we would hear him if he were here.
That's true.
And before you do, thank you to those who have donated.
Yes.
DJ Regular, DJ Phoenix, Stephen Pope, thank you.
That is a few, and with every donation, our characters are going to be getting PowerPoints. These PowerPoints are what, as we've said, will allow them to have even greater feats of daring do. From now on, know that I am seeing it when you donate, and I love each and every one of you. I'm just going to be pulling a PowerPoint and passing it along to our people. So if you want to get them extra juiced, you know what to do.
Is the idea that for every donation we get one PowerPoint collectively, or we
No,
each get
every
one?
I'm going to keep rotating.
So it's one just individually each time there's a
Yeah.
donation. Okay.
Or on merit as opposed to rotation.
Oh, I see.
There's only 3 donations.
I misread the sign, but I'm giving you that one for free because I love you.
Oh, thanks.
Oh no, our players. What? I'm sorry. She's my wife. And just so you guys all know, you're starting with 5 PowerPoints.
Oh,
as
right.
well.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I
Or
didn't
there's
make
just
that
not enough
clear.
of those.
Yeah.
Got it.
Neat.
Just write those down
Yep,
on
yep.
top of what you'll be earning throughout the course of this adventure.
That was good.
Where is Roshan?
When's the last time anybody heard from Roshan?
I'm sure he's just sleeping it off somewhere.
We had a business arrangement closed just a few days ago.
You and Roshan.
Yes. Perhaps not what you'd imagine. And he kind of, you can tell this actually kind of, he wasn't really planning on talking about this. And he turns to the window and looks out at East London. Mostly like industrial areas, industrial parks, stuff like that. Probably where your setup is. And I look out toward there. You're familiar at all with Crickham Court?
No.
No, neither was I. It would seem our 5th champion has been living in something of a squalor. Crickham Court is a slum, and not a very good one. Not one with a lord of any manner.
Why wouldn't he say something?
Irish pride, no doubt. The Irish are known for their pride. It is one of their less positive characteristics.
Well, that's very rude.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's where he is.
I've purchased it for him.
Oh.
Given him a temporary lordship while we establish a more fitting ruler. For now, I believe we can trust him. Perhaps he is occupied in such business.
Well, that is very nice. So I stand kind of corrected.
But then why are we here? Akosagon? Do we have a schedule or something? Something
Oh.
in peril?
And the lights flash, and you hear him. Champions! Thank you for joining us.
You're quite welcome.
Hi, Ike. How are you?
Always a pleasure, Akosagon. One of these days you're going to show yourself to us, and I deeply look forward to that day.
Perhaps. That day will not be today. Champions, I have summoned you here because I am afraid. And in the time that it has taken to gather, that fear has been all but confirmed. Champions, I felt a disturbance, a darkness in the ley lines of the world. A danger I have not felt in centuries. I have summoned you each, reaching out to you through your communication badges. I have heard from 4, but not from the 5th. Roshan has no reason to not respond. He cannot be separated from his badge. And I fear if this is the case, it can only mean that your 5th champion is no more.
What?
What? No. This is a bit of an illogical jump, for surely he is just occupied at Crickham Court.
Why would you say such a thing?
I know many things. And I admit this is obscured to me for reasons I cannot understand. But I have no connection. I cannot find him. I do not know where he is or what has happened.
But doesn't mean that's something. It just means you haven't seen him yet. That doesn't mean that something's happened to
That's
him.
impossible. We should go find him. He's just...
Well, it seems like the most logical thing to do.
Yes.
I mean,
Indeed.
rather than just sit around and speculate, perhaps we should just pop down there and see what's what.
Indeed, to Crickham Court.
But the Force, you said.
Yes.
Do we know anything about it? Is it like something we faced?
It is like nothing you have faced before. It is not something I can put into words. It makes me scared, as only the unknown can make me scared. I am not a being that fears easily. Be on your guard, champions. Protect yourselves and each other.
Ikosagon, fellow champions, fear not. All great unknowns must someday come in contact with the everlasting might of the British Empire.
Well said.
Righto.
We will show them what's what.
Now it's just kind of standing there trying not to cry.
I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure it's a misunderstanding or something weird, but solvable.
You think so?
We only know if we try. I mean, should all go look, right?
Yeah.
I do believe we should be careful, however. He wasn't like that. He didn't have that quaver in his voice when he was talking about the blasted vampires, for example.
No,
No, vampires.
it would appear in some ways, even Ikosagon is a bit of a coward.
Steady on.
Is he still here?
Yes, but he's not, you know.
So how do we exit from our secret lair?
Well, with a simple press of the...
We can press our badges to like teleport around London.
Not around London, but from here to wherever you need to go, absolutely.
How is that different?
Yeah,
Well, you have
exactly the
to
same
come
thing.
back to the... Ikosagon can send you to where you need to go.
Ah, got it. Okay, cool.
So if you're ready to go, champions, I can send you on your way.
This is the fun
Hold on.
part. Oh,
Just want to make sure. Are there other stuff here that we should be picking up before we go? Like, what's our...
Aye, what's our inventory? What's our inventory? There it is.
Well, as you all, beyond the fact that Alice has left her little kit of disguises and costumes, it's really up to you whether you've left anything in this room before. There is a decanter of very fine British scotch that you've
Yeah.
left for yourself.
No time for that.
Perhaps an assortment of powders and fans, if you so need a quick change. I'm sure you've left a tool
I've
chest.
left a kit and a utility belt, just in case, that can be worn in normal street clothing, but still contains a handful of small distractions and perfectly safe explosives.
There's no such. That's an oxymoron. Literally an oxymoron.
I turn to Preston. Mr. Prescott, if we are to head to Crickham Court.
It's Peabody.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Peabody. Keep screwing that up. Mr. Peabody.
It's only been 5 years.
Are you from a royal house? I don't know your last name.
Oh yeah, no, no, it's
Royal blindness.
It's
It's fine. Just roll with it.
No. Mr. Peabody, I believe I'm going to be in need of one of your famous disguises.
Ah, yes, an excellent disguise, left over perhaps from some of the theatrical days. Let's see. I believe a pair of spectacles and a bowler hat will more than do the trick. No one will ever recognize a member of the royal family in a bowler hat.
Indeed.
And perhaps some kind of long coat just to tie the whole thing together.
Can it be red?
Oh, well, no.
You'd have me look like
much too flashy.
You'd have me look like a flashy vagabond, an American. You would have me look like an American.
Well, yes, that might actually work lovely. Perhaps you're both
Someone is ruder than
tourists.
usual today.
Tourists who have wandered to the wrong side of the tracks.
I've spent enough time around our good Miss Abbott. I believe I can fake the accent.
I can
Surely.
give you a pointer or two if you need it.
Okay. All right. Let's make it work.
Yeah, I just fasten my my whip to my belt, and that's pretty much good to go.
Thank you, Anne.
Oh, yes.
And away you go.
And away we go.
In a blinding of pink glowing light, you reappear in front of Cricket Court. A dingy, dark corner of London, forgotten by most, each building more crushed together than the one before. This place is sad. Some of you may even know it as the Irish part of town.
I absolutely know it as the Irish part of town.
Can we do
In
a
fact, I
perception
probably know
check?
it as Irish Town, some similar lower class moniker.
You can do a perception check, yes.
Okay, I would like to do that.
First roll of the game.
18. Oh, wait. Let's see. I'm gonna, because my relationship was very sibling-like or is very sibling-like with Roshan, I'm gonna add wisdom to that because I've been there before and I know a little bit about it, so it's a 20.
Okay. What you're able to notice is that even for this time of day, it's very quiet. There are people passing by on the streets, but there's also a few people not. In fact, very specifically standing in corners, standing in kind of shadowed spots, seemingly just kind of going about their business, but with the kind of coiled poise of men who are ready to leap into action.
Everyone, do you see what I see?
It's a little tense here, isn't it?
Bit of a rough crowd.
Enemy soldiers, all of them.
Steady on, Preston.
I think.
Preston, Your Majesty, sorry.
It's quite all right.
Do I recognize
Awesome.
any of them from having been there before?
You recognize one of them. Yeah, you don't know his name, but you've definitely seen his face before. He's near the door, a kind of bull-necked, short-haired, red ginger man with kind of a split lip that's never healed correctly.
Alice,
So we've never met officially.
No.
Alice,
PowerPoint also, because
Okay. Oh yeah, the PowerPoint for.
Oh,
I'm a tactician by trade. I'd like to roll to see if I can observe any tactical behaviors that might give us an upper hand against this potential army. Yeah, damn. 13.
13?
Are you
Okay.
going to roll opposed?
Oh no, I have a DC in my head.
Oh, got it.
What you can tell is that the way they're spread out, if this is a tactical, if this is an ambush of some kind, it's not a particularly good one.
Good.
They may have snipers in the windows, there may be hidden aspects of this that you do not yet see, but from the way they lay it out, even if they come at you, there's a good like 30 to 40 feet between you and the nearest enemy, so...
Good.
Alice, you knew him well, and he had been actually working as a bodyguard for me on off nights, just backstage. So I think maybe we should go in first.
Yeah, let's go.
It seems a little tense, but a smiling face and someone who Roshan cared about.
I'm just gonna walk
Yeah.
right up to this this guy. Hi, good morning. How are you?
Bugger off.
Well, that's certainly rude. Don't you recognize me? I've been here before. I never caught your name, though. Hi, I'm Alice.
Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
Now bugger off.
Well, you know, I'd really like to, but my friend lives here, and we haven't seen him for a while, and we were wondering if maybe you could help us.
Ain't no American friends here. Only Irish. Good Irish house for good Irish people.
Oh, no, you misunderstand. I don't live here or anything. We're looking for Roshan.
Roshan?
Yeah.
Are you a friend of Roshan's?
She's Alice. He never stops talking about her.
You're Alice?
Yeah.
1 second. He goes inside.
Well, that's promising.
Hold on a second. He's I don't know where he's going.
Comes back out. Hey, are these with you?
Yeah.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
More fucking Yanks. Come on, come inside. You can be in attendance. And he brings you in.
Attendance for what?
The halls are thin, crowded. As you move deeper, the smell starts to roll across you. Too many bodies in too small of a space. This is the plight of the Irish in the turn of the century. This is what it means to be an Irish in London. You go back further and further, and you find there's people lining the walls. Women holding back tears, men holding back tears, drinking heavily.
Aye.
This is awake.
At the end of the door, at the end of the hall, a single door.
Patrick, where's Roshan?
And he opens the door. And on a table is Roshan Dove. His pale skin, almost blue, it's so white. His red hair, combed back. And keening at his bedside, a woman. A gray and red-haired old woman. Me barn! Me sweet barn, Roshan! Me child! Me child! She's crying and crying. Oh, who are you? Why are you interrupting my son's week?
We were friends of Roshan. This is Alice. You might have mentioned her.
Oh,
Yeah, good friends.
Alice?
What?
Oh, Alice! Oh, Alice, he loved you so much, and he grabs you and pulls you into her bosom and just cries into your hair. Oh, Alice, sweet Alice. Oh,
Sorry.
Alice just doesn't even know what to do.
the rest of you, you knew him?
Yes.
You
yes.
knew my son?
Yes, we knew him.
Oh,
Stop.
oh, what caused this? What happened to my child?
We just found out, ma'am. Where was he? Who did this? What happened?
I didn't know what happened to him. It happened. It happened this morning. We just came in. He was like this sometime last night. Oh.
As this goes on, I just circle the body and observe it for observable wounds or causes of death. I want to do sort of like just a visual autopsy using a logic check.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to scan the crowd for anyone who looks suspicious or someone who maybe seems less than certain.
Okay.
All right. So that's a 10.
Okay. And you?
A 10. Actually, could I?
You could use a PowerPoint to use what ability?
Actually, no. I just wanted to. Actually, can I use it to boost my roll a little?
You can.
All right, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, to 12.
Yes.
How much does that boost?
Just 2, but I figured it's better than 10.
Yeah, totally.
While that's going on, Preston has using subterfuge and some learned magician tricks is going to perform a more detailed inspection, like maybe like gently sort of like handling the body, lifting up the hand, a couple of little things you'll never really notice it.
Right,
It's all sort of in the background.
First off, did my observations get me anything?
Yeah, it'll get you something.
Oh, okay.
But he's gonna try and handle the body.
No, to try to do this before anybody had to handle the fucking body.
No, it's okay. Preston observed that,
Cool.
that Adolphus was not. So that's a 17.
Mama Dove does not notice you. What you notice is not that hard to have missed, actually. He's been stabbed. He's been stabbed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and as you're able to move his arms a little bit, you see 8, 9, 10 times in the body. A killing blow, almost every one.
I get a look at your eyes, and you can see I'm furious. I now have a theory. I pretty much know what happened here, and I'm about to lose my shit.
Okay, so I'm sort of eyes back, like no, not in the middle of an Irish wake. Time and a place and all that.
Wait, Adolphus, let's go outside for a second.
Is there anyone?
I need some help, okay?
Yes. Don't use my name. We sort of walk out with you.
I didn't say Prince.
Yeah.
No one seems suspicious. They mostly seem tragedy struck. He was a pillar of the community, and he's been taken down like a dog.
What's going on?
Damn those Irish bastards.
What are you talking about?
Killed like Caesar. Stabbed over and over and over again. Surrounded by those he trusted and murdered like a dog. Surely because I enabled him to rise to some small degree of power, the other Irish were jealous and attacked him. As is their way when power is put upon them. Damned Catholics, damn!
I think that is mighty presumptuous of you, first of all.
Our friend lies there dead. Your lover lies there dead.
Excuse me? What are you talking about? Also, it's highly improper to bring up such things in the presence of a lady, sir.
Yeah, afraid, thought it was common knowledge. Apologies for my assumption. Presumption.
You should be.
Yes. Miss Abbott.
May I ask you a question?
Aye.
Would you come to the same conclusion if he were British?
Certainly. Perhaps not of high class as you are American, but yes, certainly.
I see very little.
Oh, you mean about his death?
Yes.
Oh, no, no. No. Backtrack on that.
I just think that's very presumptuous of you. I don't think it's going to help us any in our actual investigations.
He was stabbed. This much is true. If he was not stabbed by a mad wild Irish, then find me another culprit in this wasteland.
Forgive me, but I don't think that's supposed to be how justice works.
I've handled it more closely. Does it feel like, would it seem like knives or?
It seems like knives. The knife wounds are all relatively precise. They are stabbing motions. It's not slicing motions, but you can notice that they're all piercing, and they all have about a 10-inch blade. A regular, thin, about 1.5 inch long blade. If someone would like to make actually, I'd like a check from. Do you share this information?
1 second. We went outside.
Yeah, we're
Can you give us 1
outside.
second?
Yeah.
Can you give me 1 second?
Certainly.
I'm just going to just kind of politely nod and just like walk inside. I think maybe you should stay out here until you can control your temper. I'm just gonna go back into
And I stand there and think about the fact that an American girl just informed me of my decorum.
I think I have muttered the information to Rosalind in particular, especially in the context of, there was an illusion that I helped design for Laurent, in which we were going to stab a woman over and over and over and over again with a bunch of different swords and then pull them out, and she was fine. And we practiced on dummies several times to make sure that we weren't going to hurt the real woman, and we did miss a few times. So, but I have seen with the dummy.
I understand.
So I have seen something like this before. I feel like it would know.
Yes, but you are not. Where you live is a little bit off kilter for this to be natural knowledge. My question to you is: have you ever played in Coriolanus?
Of course.
Well,
In Paris.
there was a rather modern adaptation that you were in, that set the age in a modern setting.
So innovative.
And one of the things that you noticed, one of the things that sparks your realization is that during that particular show, in the titular moments when the stabbings occur, it was done with military-grade bayonets. This looks an awful lot like that.
Interesting. Right. I'm going to try and find someone who looks close, but maybe not quite so angry as the rest.
Okay.
I'm heading for Patrick for whenever.
Okay.
That.
Make a check to see if you can.
Oh yes, that's a 20.
Oh, okay. That's what I have. There's a older gentleman in the back. He's not really that sad about things. I mean, he's drinking.
Where is Roshan staying? Where did this happen?
Right here.
In this room?
This is his room. This is where he lived. We're taking up a donation now, a collection. We've got to take him back to Ireland.
Yeah,
Can't
of
let him
course.
get buried in a damn heretic
No, of course not.
cemetery.
She's going to take out, some cash for the donation.
Oh, it's...
And then, does anyone know who did this? Any hints? The police won't pay any attention.
Of course they won't pay any attention to it.
I have friends, powerful friends, who could maybe help if they had a clue to follow on. Do you know anything?
James, come here. Tell the miss what you saw. James is a young boy. He's about 12 years old. And he comes up. Mom, I mean, you cannot believe me when I tell you. We all sleep hard. When we sleep, we work hard, and we sleep all hard, and we don't miss much. And sometimes they say that we make things up, but we don't. And I didn't make this up, I swear to God.
I know. I believe you.
I saw people. I saw people in the halls, and they were big, and they were like ghosts.
Ghosts? How like they were ghosts?
They moved quietly. They were cloaked.
Cloaked?
Maybe they were just apparitions. I don't know. I saw them and they scared me, and I went back to bed.
How many were there?
4, 5, maybe more.
Maybe more. All right, no, this is very helpful. You've been very, very brave.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
And I'm going to turn to the older gentleman. I'll see what I can do.
No.
And then she's going to write down the theater. She's like, if there's any more information, somewhere, something she said, something, even if it's strange or it's like a ghost, pass this along. Not cops, not English myself. And I owe Roshan.
And this is to the gentleman who is most... Okay, takes it.
And there'll be something in it for you too.
Oh, aye?
Oh, aye.
All right. Perhaps I'll see what I can hear.
She'll give him like a little wink then.
All right. Meanwhile, you find Patrick.
Public knowledge that you're not English?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said, born in France to a courtesan and a Like a Russian Tsar? She was never quite clear.
Got it.
Also Catholic, by the way.
Oh, God. Awesome.
Yeah, great stuff.
Patrick,
I'm
so sorry.
thank you. He's a brother to me.
He was very special to me as well. I imagine you know that, having been around.
He spoke highly of you.
It's very nice to hear. I just wanted to ask. Roshan was very important to. I see I'm picking it up. Can't help it. It's very, very important to all of us, and I know it probably won't mean much coming from a girl like me, but we want to do everything that we can to find out what happened here. Is there anything? He wouldn't tell me everything. He thought, I was too proper a lady to hear certain things, and I understand, but is there anything that you knew about what he was involved in that might help us find a place to start?
Roshan was a man of secrets. He was quiet. Didn't like to tell other people what he was up to, what he was doing. I know that he spent time with some rather tough folks. Some folks that maybe occasionally were crossing the line with some of the more forthright aspects of the British law. Now, I don't know what he was getting up to, but if it was dangerous, he was generally in on it. And I wouldn't be surprised if he crossed paths with... we all know that if you cross the bobbies, they'll come for you. And they can make you disappear faster than an unwanted dog.
Do you have an address or a name of
Aye.
any kind of organization that he might have been working with?
Oh, organization? No.
Oh.
Just the other Sons of Ireland.
Oh, okay.
Who you might look at. Go to Whitehall.
What's that?
It's the damn royals, girl. Anyone fighting for England when Ireland's under the boot. That's who you should be looking at.
Well, Patrick, are you saying this because you actually think that there's something to find there? Or is this, I know that the British and the Irish don't exactly get along super well in general.
Mom.
I'd hate to be chasing dead ends, just, if you know what I mean.
I doubt you've ever seen a dead body. And I doubt you've ever seen a man stabbed.
Oh.
But I have. And that brother of mine was stabbed by English bayonets. And he reaches into his pocket.
What is...
It's not a gun.
Oh, what is this?
No, it's something in his hands, and he reaches out. Do you take it?
Well, I would use
You
my
don't
eyes.
know?
What is it?
It's in his hand.
Oh.
It's hidden in his hand. This is one of those secrets that he never explained to me. But it's something that would be best kept among friends. It's his champion's badge. And it's shattered.
Oh, dang.
Thank you. Maybe this will help. I don't know.
Find him. We're going to be working the docks. We're going to be working the shadows, and we're going to find who did this to our man. But if you and your friends can get there too, give us a holler. Let us know.
Let me give you the contact information of my personal valet. And it should.
All right, I will take it.
And if you hear anything, he's very trustworthy. Just you can pass the message that way. It's obviously not proper for you to come to me directly.
I know. Can't have an Irish be seen with an American. I understand. Even you're too good for us.
That's not.
Good day, Miss Abbott.
Okay.
Do I see her get the badge bits?
Probably not.
Probably not, okay.
Preston. Saw this in production. It's gotta be bayonets.
Well, it certainly seems to be the case, but there's something about this that has the feel of misdirection.
Either way, we should move on before we outstay our welcome.
Are you still outside? Okay. Well.
Oh, good lord, good lord. Good lord, we've left Albert outside by himself, which, as we all know, is
he kind of needed to be there.
Yes, but
just on the safe side. Perhaps one of us ought to pop over and just check in. Hello.
I'd rather not. But if we all go together, I think that's probably a good idea.
we'll
Just to leave.
give our regards.
Mm-hmm. And
Leave a donation.
Miss Dove, the others kind of start cramming in, and they start to return to their kind of keening and general Irish tragedy, which is what the Irish do so well. And as you head back outside, you're reunited.
I'm just standing looking out at the city, contemplating.
I'm pretty upset that I didn't get a chance to actually say goodbye.
We'll have our own moment for Roshan, but right now we need to move.
Where?
Well, let's take inventory of what we know. Multiple stab wounds, and it seems like bayonets, and...
They're blaming the Bobbies, yes?
Yes.
Or perhaps the military.
But,
No, but wait.
But pardon me, because shouldn't that not really be a thing? Because we can manifest something that should be impervious to bayonets at least for a while. So
Indeed.
why did Roshan not?
So there was a child, and he said that he saw ghosts. 4 or 5 men cloaked, big, with Roshan. Whatever this dark force. I'm so sorry.
Yes. This is the force we are looking for.
Right. What Kosagon said. I think it's this. But we do know at least bayonets.
Or at least the appearance of bayonets. They might be seeking to seed some manner of distrust between us. Use my position against you. The last thing we need to be doing is blaming my family or the English government for this. Best we focus instead on these ghosts. Understand where they came from. How to stop them.
But the only clue we have about them is the weapon. So we at least see military... How does one get their hands on a bayonet?
Did anyone ask if they still had the weapon inside?
I don't think they did.
No, their weapons were not. There was no weapons found at the crime scene.
If one was to
Look.
take a bayonet, they would be doing it from a military stockade. We have many such bunkers throughout London. I could inquire to my my friends in the landed armed forces. Perhaps.
Patrick said something about Whitehall.
Yes.
Although he may have been coming from the other side of where you were coming from, to be honest.
What's Whitehall?
No doubt. That's a great question, man. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, unless I was completely wrong, isn't Whitehall the center of British government?
I have no idea.
Oh yes, it's the center of British government.
Yay!
It's the legal side of Buckingham Palace.
Well,
Oh, okay.
I did not do my homework that
I mean,
far.
there's 10 Downing Streets where like the civilian government is, and like the House of Commons is like the Parliament.
That's
Not sure.
Patrick was merely trying to pin this on the. Was merely blaming the.
Yeah, I think Whitehall is like
Okay, it's just a general blamitude on the.
Yes,
the
he was
British.
saying
Okay.
this is definitely a British higher up.
so what
Yeah.
we should do then is see if some of us should wander around here, see if we can scrounge up any more information, I think. And some of us should inquire with you, your military contacts.
Indeed. If it is true that stockades have gone missing, then we can proceed upwards to my brother's people. Rather not get him involved if I can avoid it.
Yeah.
But if we can, at the very least, have an understanding of what is being taken from us, perhaps we can discover who has taken it.
Before we vacate the premises, there is the small matter of the badge, which would probably be good to recover in case it should land in the wrong hands. I've felt around on the body, but I couldn't find it.
Preston? Patrick gave it to me.
Ah, excellent. And I have a little like collection container inside the belt to take the pieces.
No, do you have to take it?
Well, I should like to examine it and see. It shouldn't be destroyable, but it's perhaps our
Mr. Peapod.
best clue.
Mr. Peabody, have a heart. This is the badge of her paramour, her man lover.
It was Unrequited, Your Highness.
I have to say, this is not very princely behavior, sir.
Yes.
In fact, not to correct you on chivalry, ma'am, but it is in fact quite princely behavior. I am looking after you and your emotional feelings at this dangerous time.
I do have my own father, you know.
I absolutely promise to return it in exactly the position it is. We all know that I have some talent with mechanical matters and making those machines speak secrets that they might have otherwise been holding, and I think that this should be an opportunity.
Okay. I just want it back, okay?
Absolutely. You have my word.
Your Majesty, a word?
Miss Thorne.
Just gonna steer you away for a second.
Yeah.
Now, this is a young lady, and it was an entirely one-sided thing on Roshan's behalf. As you know, she's not ready for matrimony, and she's taking her time. And definitely weren't lovers.
Really?
Really, trust me. I had to listen to him go on and on about sweet Alice. He could be in the backstage of the chorus girls taking the... Never mind. And he would still be talking about her, but it was very much one-sided.
Spitting subject like Rauschen, I just made assumptions. I should like to apologize to Miss Abbott when the days are done.
Yes, I think that might be best.
And Miss Thorne, Rosalind, I appreciate you telling truth to power.
Anytime, Your Grace. And let it be said, I would offer one last bit of caution. Your and Roshan's relationship was not amicable. You were reaching out to him, and that is noted, but this whole hotbed, we need to be careful about it. And so I would at least like to propose that I or another member of our association go with you when you make these inquiries, just so it all looks above the board.
No issue with that. Will be perhaps more difficult for my family to understand, but won't be the first time I've done something my brother didn't like.
Oh, I always enjoy spending more time in your company anyways.
Miss Thorne.
I went
to blush just
I went
a
into
little.
the bathroom after that just to like take a second. So
Gather yourself.
I just yeah. So I'm just like kind of a minute in there. I don't know what you're doing, but
Okay.
Thank you, Zybo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
If in death.
and Ian.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just gonna come out when the rest of them are in there. Okay, guys, let's do this. Let's follow our leads and let's figure this out and let's go do something right now.
Aye.
it's what Roshan would want.
So, what are the rules for the Animus Torch? Like, can I take that out without popping the full suit, or?
You can. So, noble listeners, one of the aspects... Viewers. You hear us with your eyes. While all of our heroes are currently dressed as fine Edwardian warriors and people about town, they can manifest their own battle armor. Not unlike a Super Sentai. While we are...
What in heaven's name is that?
While we are out of time...
I almost said something really old school racist. I gotta not do that. Really
No,
hard.
we are in an age of...
We're in an age where people say things like the Orient. Yeah, it's real bad.
In Britannia, I mean, but however, that is, while that is normally how they will charge up and become battle ready if action does throw down. And I'm not saying it will. This might just be a very pleasant conversation. Maybe no kicks or punches will be thrown.
You never know.
That is how they summon their weaponry. However, Mr. Peabody does have an experimental tool that he has found/developed. Why don't you tell us about this special item?
So, the Animus Torch, which was recovered partially off of another adventure and then tinkered with and modified in Peabody's laboratory in his spare time, has the ability to briefly animate mechanical objects and make them do things for a short period of time. Costs a lot of power points, but for this, it just takes one power point for one item in a 1 square foot radius to do one thing for 1 minute. So, I mean, it's a cool, like, tech wand kind of thing that sort of, like, burns, like, unearthly colors sort of at the end.
Fantastic.
And it stays, like, right here.
Fantastic.
Do you want to
in the
deploy
coat?
it in the street?
No, absolutely not.
All
that
right.
would not be, so I'm looking for a suitable place, I think, to...
There is an alley. Your lab is maybe maybe a half-mile trot.
Or perhaps Champion's headquarters. Surely we could transport there.
I think we'll go to the lab rather than the headquarters, just as a safety precaution. Just down the street, we can summon a lorry if absolutely necessary, but perhaps a good brisk walk will help us all clear our heads. And but we should absolutely do this unobserved by the general populace.
Aye.
And do you want to go together, or do you want to...
Split up.
I mean, it draws more attention if you're doing it together, right? So.
Aye.
That's fair.
Well,
Let's split up.
Well, I think I'll walk with you because just if we don't open our mouths, you could look like my dad or something. So just, and I shouldn't be unescorted anyway, generally.
That's fair. Then Rosalind and I will go. It's been a while since Reginald has seen you, and I'm sure that he'll be happy to make your acquaintance once again.
Good to see you.
Somewhere in the depths of London,
Reginald.
Sam Delev is yelling, "Don't split the party!"
We're splitting the party.
I think we're just walking behind each other. It's not like very far.
Oh, well, I mean, are you all going to this? Are you going
Yes,
to the lab together, or are you
Yes,
going to
just not
split
as a
to the...
crew of 4.
Oh, right. No,
Oh,
2 of us
team.
are going to the lab, and 2 of us are going to talk to the royal to deal with the inventory.
That's
and-
what I thought.
Yeah. Okay. So then,
Oh,
yeah,
that is
then
not
that's what
what
we
I
should
thought.
do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so then it's you and me,
Oh.
or not. I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
also
no,
I can also take I can also
do we
take Alice
want to go
court.
to the lab first? And then organize from there, have him get the wand
Should
out?
just take
Sure.
just a-
I
Yeah,
don't
let's
know
do
why.
it. Let's do
Why
it.
are
Let's
we
just-
going there? I don't understand why we're going.
We just have to
the
go
lab.
somewhere unobserved.
Oh
to,
yeah, then let's just
uh,
do that real quick, and then we'll
Yeah,
figure
sounds
out what's
good.
next.
Sounds good.
Great. So...
lab.
To the lab.
To the lab, and the lab is there's a secret entrance in the back of the abandoned theater where the real workshop is hidden. It's all just literal, actual smoke and mirrors.
Have they been to the lab
They-
before?
Maybe once or twice.
Oh,
Rosalind's been many times.
I've certainly been here.
Why don't you describe to us how this hidden contraption works?
It's a series of fake floorboards, and it just takes a little bit of clever footwork on the right floorboards in the
Two-step.
right sequence, and the door opens kind of with a bang.
Yep.
The mirror slides away, and there's the room in the back.
And you enter into Mr. Peabody's wonderful phantasmagorium.
What ho, Reginald! Back already?
And Reginald lands and he goes, ooh, ooh.
I'll pass him off to Rosalind to spend some time.
Seeds.
Okay, so
Okay.
now I've got the Animus wand safely out. I'm going to
Thank you.
spend do I have to roll for not
No,
for
it just
it's
does it.
PowerPoint, right? Yes. Okay. So I want to I want the badge to tell me about its last moments.
Okay. So you
Oh yeah.
so the energy from within the
Preston's useful to have around.
the tool
Fascinating.
crackles and pours forth, it kind of boils forward, blasting into the small, ruined little badge. It crinkles, it tinkles, it comes back together. It lifts slightly. Snakes.
Snakes.
Good lord.
Snakes.
Is that what was beneath the cloak? Snakes.
Ghosts, snakes, or swords?
Yes!
Ghosts, snakes, and swords.
Thanks.
Can I do a quick like knowledge check about maybe like a place where snakes would be like a more symbolic thing than a literal thing, like any like royal houses that have snakes or governments that have snakes? Just sort of do a general like coat of arms check because I'd be like educated in all that stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Can I support that? Because I had to study that pretty hardcore when I first came here.
Okay.
It's 21.
Oh, he doesn't need.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll.
I don't think you need my help
Yeah,
now.
I'm critting
Okay,
that.
great. Okay, what do you know about snakes? Well, obviously, the Irish have a very strong relationship to snakes.
Aye.
That's probably the first point, keeping in mind they hate snakes. But, you know, it's still a strong motif that's connected.
Well, it was yeah, got it. Sorry.
Because
Yes,
St. Patrick
yes.
chased away all the
Yeah, it's their code for druids. Yeah.
Snakes are, there's a few European houses that utilize snakes within their motifs. There's a relatively well-known German family. There's some Austrians. They don't have much to do with this neck of the woods, but it's possible. Mostly, I mean, obviously also there's the physicians who utilize snakes as part of their kind of, you know, their symbology. The healing power of venom, which does have its roots in kind of more ancient causes. I'd need to...
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great.
But yeah,
Can't you give us anything more?
the local zoo has snakes.
No, I think he means
I thought you were talking about out of the
bag.
bag.
Tell us more about snakes, Colin.
Be
I need to know
specific.
way more about.
So,
Surely
okay.
you know more about snakes.
So the last thing I can ask probably is where. Like where were you destroyed?
Home. In home.
The snakes came to your home, killed you there. Irish snakes, druids.
Witches.
Like Rosalind, not a good Catholic, immediately crosses herself.
Aye, witches. Witches of this world or of another.
It falls apart.
This world or another, damn you, badge!
Still got a few kinks to work out before it lasts a little bit longer.
Witches.
I am afraid.
No, don't beat yourself up. It's a magical invention.
Let's ask Kosagon.
Aye, perhaps he knows something of witches.
He did say evil, greater evil.
Before we do anything else, I do immediately give Alice back the pieces. That was what I said. That was what I said I would do.
I advise this. Go speak to our Kosagon. I shall return to my naval fortress, there to investigate our inventory issue. Hopefully I can provide us some manner of answers while you provide us some manner of answers.
Right, but didn't we agree not to do that alone?
Aye, yes. Then who cares to join me?
Sorry, where are you going again?
Haven't decided yet.
Well, I was just proposing that half of us talk to Kosagon and half of us
Oh,
go
right.
deal with this inventory thing. That was all I was trying to do.
Also, we could again ask in the neighborhood too, another avenue to see if anybody else saw anything suspicious.
Alright, I'll go wherever you want me to go. Sorry, it's just not very easy for me.
Indeed.
If
All right.
If you think I can be of help, I'll come with you.
I'll go with Preston, with Your Majesty.
Yes.
Unless a lady's presence will be... I can act high class if I need to. Secondly, you two stay together. At this point, no one should be alone, since we don't know what happened, and if it's mystical, it's probably not politics.
Aye.
And alone is the worst place to be at this point.
Aye.
Does that seem reasonable to you all?
A wise tactical mind.
Just don't want to be alone.
All right then. Back to the tower for us.
All right.
Now we're splitting the party.
Now we're splitting the party.
Now we're
Excellent. So we'll start with you two.
Fetch me a beverage.
Aye. What manner of beverage, milady?
Oh, I do believe a Coca-Cola would be quite refreshing.
Coca-Cola. It is.
I think there's still cocaine in it at this point,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I'm ever so much of a fan.
One cocaine cola.
And you both teleport back into your champion's tower.
Actually going to go to the restroom. Excuse me.
I will say that Alice is extremely delighted by every time something like that happens. Anything mystical or potentially like whatever, it just tickles her half to death. So.
Yes. What ho, Ikosagon. Hello.
This
Is
never
anyone
gets
at
old.
home?
Of course. Hello,
Yes.
Mr. Peabody. Ms. Abbott.
Hey, Ike, did you know? Did you send us in there? And you knew already?
I told you what I knew. You were the ones who said I was wrong.
Quite right. So, listen, chap, we've had a spot of the unexplained. Upon closer examination, having recovered the badge seems to believe that there is something to do with ghosts, snakes, swords, and perhaps witches in the home of young Roshan. Does any of this sound at all familiar to you, mystical voice?
There was a small boy that talked to Rosalind who said he saw ghosts in robes wandering the hallways and with Roshan.
Did you say snakes?
Yes, it said snakes quite clearly.
Ghosts.
Ghost snakes, perhaps.
And witches.
And witches.
Oh, and swords. They stabbed him.
Quite a number of times.
Looks like a bayonet.
And he was not able to engage his armor before these strikes occurred.
Well, clearly not.
No, it doesn't seem that way. The badge was, it's been rendered rather a bunch of scrap.
I'm just gonna pull it out of.
And like a light swing, like looks at this thing and then comes back. You're destroying a badge of a champion should be almost impossible.
So what could do that?
I'm afraid my fears are only confirmed. That which I dread.
Now this is like trying to have some patience here because ladies have lots of patience, but what? Well, yes.
Yes, well, spill, man.
What is it?
Spill.
I'm afraid I cannot. You all must do this alone.
Well, that's not very
Well,
good.
what use are you then?
And he beams you both out.
What a load of absolute rubbish.
Where does he beam them to?
In the Thames.
Yeah, sploosh. No, to the street, to where you were. Back into your lab.
Oh. Okay, I'm in public, gotta keep my cool. Everything's fine. Okay. What just happened? What? I don't understand.
I do believe the chap is keeping secrets.
I don't know what to do about that.
In my experience, and I've worked with a lot of gentlemen who keep secrets and play things rather close to the vest, it's for one of two reasons. In one case, they are trying to deliberately deceive someone or otherwise pull some kind of trick. And the other is they have no damned idea what they're doing whatsoever.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not there.
This is not acceptable. And I'm trying to go back.
Nope.
And we have no way of like actually getting there without.
You literally have no idea
Viewer.
where the actual thing is.
A rough idea based on.
So we know the chap
Position,
is
but there's no building there.
Yeah.
right. So we know the chap is frightened. We know that he knows more than he's letting on, and
Or knows nothing at all and is counting on us to do all his work for him.
It has not been. He's never done this before, right?
No,
Like,
no. Ikasagon generally is very forthright with information for you.
Oh, okay.
Can we communicate via badges?
To each other, absolutely.
So, what do we do now? He gave us nothing to work with.
So, hello, chums. Listen, just a spot of bother with Ikasagon. We've been kicked out of the watchtower for the
What?
foreseeable future. He's decided that he is not at home.
We're on our own.
What?
Is everyone kicked out?
Yes.
Madness. Madness.
And as you get this news, a man comes out of the. You guys have made it to the Admiralty.
Yeah. Ideally, I'd like to go back to back to my whale.
Okay.
Ideally, there to which gotta have a good name for, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, we're gonna go back to the flagship. We'll return to the flagship. There, where we will inquire into the inventory records of all local bayonet stockades. I'd like to know if we've had any manner of Smits.
I've wiped off most of my rouge at this point.
I must be aware of any thefts of large stock, particularly bayonets, that have gone down in the last, let's say, month. Please have all report to me directly.
Or requisitions.
Aye, or requisitions.
I can put this in with the Admiralty at once, sir.
Thank you. Let them know they have no time to waste. Wherever they are, I need reports immediately.
Okay. He hustles off to go telegraph in your order.
Have I ever been on the flagship before?
Welcome, milady. As I walk on, basically the thing. How do we get inside of it? Do I teleport inside, or is there a door?
There's a door.
Hatch.
So yeah, there's like a hatch that comes down. It's white with sort of gold embossing all the way down as well. When you walk in, you'll notice pretty immediately that I've used the futuristic sound system on board this thing to just run classical music throughout the space at all times. Right now it is Schubert, which is a family favorite. It was my father's favorite composer, my father, Prince Albert. And yeah, it's a lot of like Belgian music. Also a lot of the Saxe-Coburg coat of arms, sort of on the walls as we walk past it.
Oh, stupendous! I'd always wondered.
Aye,
Really amazing.
'tis a gift from our secretive friend, far beyond the reach of even the great royal house of Saxe-Coburg.
Yes, well, still, I don't get to have mine out and about, but this is truly a marvel.
The privileges of Rata.
And you enjoy tea. It's top-notch tea. The cakes, the little sandwiches are all as befitting a royal house.
I make sure to make a toast to our companion, Rauschen Dove.
So you made him a what was the thing going on?
Bit of a slumlord, I made him. Not particularly with that title, but 'twas what it was. A landlord in an Irish way.
When did this happen?
Just last week. 'Twas a relatively cheap purchase, one I was able to make quite easily here. I had the deed of sale, and he pulls it out of his coat. The deed of sale here. Seen and witnessed by Tom Land Esquire, notary to the crown.
So
Trusted with most of our greatest secrets.
right. So you and Tomland and whoever else saw this deed of sale would know where Roshan would be. I mean, as I'm just saying, people knew where he was sleeping. Even
Aye.
Alice and I didn't know that.
Aye. Why my initial instinct was to blame it on the Irish themselves. They would know where he was sleeping. They were in fact lorded by him. Yes, Tom Land knows where he sleeps, but Tom is a trusted family friend. There's no possible way he's involved in a conspiracy of witches. No.
Of course.
The,
No,
the House of Saxe-Coburg is the royal house of both Belgium and Portugal and England. We have no connections with witchcraft whatsoever.
Understood. Understood.
Which is when Smits coming rushing back. Sir, I've received updated dossiers from the Admiralty.
Come here.
Hands them over.
What was here?
Well, everything seems very much in order. Everything's been moving in and out properly. Nothing too strange until you find last night's reports.
What's this?
There was an attack on one of the east warehouses. One of the military-grade warehouses where they keep munitions.
In East London, near the slum.
Exactly. The full report of what was stolen is kind of a strange collection of gunpowder, lots of strong munitions, and also you find a case of military-grade rifles fixed with, yes, musketry or bayonets.
Here.
How many men could we expect?
25 guns were stolen.
At least 25 armed men, plus explosives.
Whew.
We might have something of a treason plot on our hands.
Killing Irishmen.
Well, as a start. Perhaps just as a way to strike at me. Or, perhaps more accurately, my brother. Smits.
Sir?
Make sure whoever was in charge of this warehouse is properly flogged for not allowing this information to make its way to me with haste. In the future, I'd like to know when large amounts of munitions go missing with less than 24 hours notice.
But, yes.
Absolutely, he'll be flogged mercilessly, sir.
Aye.
Before his flogging, perhaps if I may make a suggestion, Your Majesty, he should be questioned. People who are flogged generally are a little bit more worked up and can't think as clearly.
Interrogation. And then flogging.
He's currently being held in the Admiralty Stockade, sir. I can bring you there if you'd like.
Yes. To do it ourselves. Much more. much more of a champion's way. Agreed.
Can we hug?
I've been trying to tell you,
I'm just gonna. Boop, boop. Hey, Rosalind.
Yes, sweetheart. What's up?
Well,
What's up? What's up, Dad?
So modern.
What is it?
We're done over here, and just wanted to check in and see if you'd have anything going on over there, because Kosagon was really unhelpful.
Yes, we had some luck, thankfully. I'll ask more about Kosagon in a bit. But we've had some luck. We found where the weapons were stolen from. And I think we're headed there now if you want to meet up with us. The other thing to do is to check around and follow up about these ghosts and witches.
Where would we even begin such a
Well,
thing?
they must have walked from the stockade to Roshan's place. Anyone along that trail would see a bunch of cloaked figures. It's an unusual sight.
Okay.
Or come and join us.
I think we'd rather come join you for now, just in case, missing weapons, kind of safety in numbers.
Aye. And I send out the location of the stockade we're heading to.
Great.
Is Smitty unnerved by a lady on the ship, or is this is something a common thing?
He's a military man. It's definitely uncommon.
It's definitely uncommon, but he says nothing. His Royal Highness's secrets are His Royal Highness's secrets. I see nothing. I only do what I'm told. Your carriage will be ready, sir.
Aye. Thank you, Smits. I turn to you when he leaves. I'm sorry for his lack of decorum. It is unusual for a woman to be on this vessel. In fact, I believe you may be the very first, Miss Thorne.
Oh. I'm quite thrilled to be your first.
Adolphus totally blushes at that. Adolphus is unmarried, which in Adolphus's family also means he's probably a virgin.
But he wears it well.
He does.
The night's still young.
All right, and as you get
Praise with the
in,
pleasantries of women.
Oh, what time is it, by the way? Are we in?
it's probably approaching noonish.
Noonish. Oh, blast. That's fine.
So sorry. As you get into your carriage, heading to the location, would you two like to flag down a carriage yourselves?
I believe so. Are we going to the flogging or are we going to the warehouse?
I believe
There's not going to be flogging.
I believe.
Yeah, you're heading to the stockades with me. Us.
All right, fair enough.
Meeting us there.
Okay. As you climb into your carriage, it's a relatively a mundane kind of taxi. It's nothing special, but it'll get you where you need to go.
You better hope the press doesn't.
Is there anything? Yeah.
Do you think we should armor up or?
Well, it's the middle of broad daylight, which is.
Oh, I missed that. I pay attention. I'm listening.
Which is the chief problem there, but I was hoping to make use of our enhanced senses to do some investigating. So perhaps we'll find a way to slip away once we're there and have a look at the armory and the scene of the crime.
Oh, and I'm sorry. It should be made clear: the armory and the stockade. It's all kind of one military installation.
Aye. All right, so we head to East London to the armory?
You head to the armory.
I don't think we should have any problem getting in.
No.
No. They'll part for me. So I'll meet you guys outside.
Yeah. They head up to the gates open. They stop! And they go and they, excuse me, y'all. No. Oh, and then they see the royal face and the royal seal, and they go, of course, gates open, and the gates open.
At ease, soldier. Not a word is to be spoken of our arrival here, nor of any of my companions. Understood?
Absolutely, Admiral.
Good. Carry on, pip pip. And I head into the stockade.
Okay. And as the two carts pull up, everyone is very, very astutely not making any kind of big deal about this. Everyone has their backs turned. It's standard operating procedure for admirals to do as they see fit, which is exactly what's going on.
Sorry.
As you enter in, there's a military man in his red coat waiting for you. He's surprised. Your Highness, what can we do for you, sir?
See, he looks great in that coat. I'm just saying.
I will need... There's a pause. This is a fine coat. I would have you know, I'm here to speak to your commanding officer. I understand he has been detained for me.
Yes, absolutely, sir. This way. And he...
While you're interrogating him, maybe we can have some leave to go look at where the break-in happened?
Aye, investigate your heart's content. Would any of you like to join me?
I'll come.
Miss Emmett?
Yes. Off to the scene of the crime to investigate and look for clues. It's where I'm most useful.
Miss Emmett, I apologize for the brutality you are about to witness. And I step into the cell.
Inside the cell, you find Captain William Holden. He is a clean-shaven man. He's about 45. He's well-cut. He looks like he should be the model of a British soldier, but his face is sallow. He's distressed. He's unkempt. He's never spent a day of his life in jail, but he certainly has now.
Is he chained or is he fine?
Nope, he's not chained. He stands up at attention.
There you go.
I hear you, Your Royal Highness. He's very nervous.
At ease, man. Nervousness is unbecoming of a British officer.
Alice brought in a glass of water with her from outside. Here you go.
Don't be rude, sir.
Thank you, miss.
Or man.
He drinks that thing. Boom, puts it down. He was very thirsty. They have not been treating him well.
First, I'd like it known that this interrogation will be followed with some severe punishment for your inability to inform me of this particular break-in. As a result, a member of some importance to the British Crown has been murdered. Murdered by weapons taken from this very armory. I hold you personally responsible for the death of my friend, and I will see that you understand the importance of determination and promptness in the future. Is that understood?
Absolutely, sir. I would expect nothing less for my failure.
Good man. Now, it's important that you are truthful with me now. Yes?
Absolutely, sir.
Did you see who took those weapons?
I did, sir.
Describe them to me.
I'm afraid I can't, sir.
Why, man?
I do not trust my eyes, sir.
I backhand him.
Wow.
Your eyes are the only thing we can all trust now. I don't care how impossible it might seem, whether it has fangs, whether it has 7 eyes and comes from the surface of Pluto. You have no idea the kind of things I've seen, nor the manner of things that I have fought.
Whoa. Hold on just a second. William, is that your name, sir?
I miss.
I think what His Royal Highness is trying to say, if you will permit me to translate just a little bit, is that...
Americans, man.
No one has ever done anything like this in my fucking life. I have no idea what is happening.
That's why I said.
Sometimes there are things that we see and hear and experience that kind of unbelievable, you know? I would just say that His Highness and I are of the more open-minded type. So please don't be afraid to tell us something that you think is a little odd or out of the ordinary. We're just here to listen and find out what happened to our friend.
Yes, as I said.
Of course, sir. At roughly midnight on the night last, I was in observation of several large shadowed figures. I cannot call them men, for I did not see their faces, nor did they move like men. They moved like wraiths, sir. I would estimate each made of living shadow, as impossible as it may sound.
Does that mean that you could see through them, or that they were floating?
They seemed to be moving with a non-human gait. I would not say they were floating. I did not see feet. They appeared to be shadows moving in the night.
What you are describing, man, is a slithering, yes?
There was, I suppose, a slithering to their movements, yes.
What about a hiss? Did you hear anything?
That's...
Or something?
I did, sir. I approached the figures. I demanded their documentation and papers, as no one is allowed within the facilities at this time of night. They did indeed hiss, sir.
Aye, for they were snakes.
How tall were these figures?
Perhaps 5 to 7 feet tall. Man-sized, large man-sized. I did not see their faces, but I did...
Sorry.
I did see what happened next.
And what was that?
Sir, it was an asp. It leapt from their shadow cloak and struck me upon the throat.
How large?
It's got twin piercings.
How big are they compared to like a normal snake bite?
Big snake bite, but yeah, not like a monstrous snake bite.
Got it.
It's like you got bit by a deadly asp. Sir, I've served in India. I know the shape and kind of deadly snakes, and I would say this was one of the most deadly.
My God, man! That injury, has it been tested by the physicians?
It has. They are as equally shocked as everyone else that I'm not dead. What I did happen, however, is that I remember nothing left, nothing else. After the snake bit me, my vision, my wakefulness succumbed to shadow. I collapsed and I woke at my post, derelict of duty, and the warehouse ransacked. It was my fault, sir. I take full blame.
So just to be clear, a giant snake leapt out of one of the figures.
A regular-sized snake seem to have leapt out of the figures, which I may assume were also giant snakes.
Aye, at the time, I have a hypothesis, Miss Abbott. I believe we're dealing with something of a manner of Snake King. As they determine happen with rats in the lower classes. The rats are forced together like Irish, and they find themselves twisted in on themselves. A knot of rats are held together by the tail. And they begin to think with one mind, operate with one soul. I do believe we may be operating on a sane basis, except, with snakes.
Yeah.
So,
as we all know.
as I was going to say, this is like a 6 snakes in a trench coat sort of situation.
It's a Vincent Adultman situation, yes.
As we all know, when rats are clumped together, they gain sentience as one omni-rat.
That was a big thing. Rat kings are a total Victorian London thing people think about and know about. It's not real, but you definitely think they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how a bunch of snakes stole munitions.
Aye.
They don't have hands.
We've seen stranger things. Perhaps 6 snakes operated together to create one hand. One snake per finger.
This is a valid hypothesis.
Stranger things have
I'm
happened.
very worried that this is real.
And I thought moving to London would be boring.
Meanwhile,
All right, man, to your flogging.
absolutely, sir. He salutes.
Okay. All right, so we're alone in the armory.
Necessary.
Across
Discipline, man.
across the military campus, yes, you are alone in the armory.
Okay, so if we're alone in the armory, I am going to don the armor. I think, turn on the suit.
All right, tell us.
And I'm gonna make sure there's a distraction going on.
Oh,
there's no one here.
We're alone. We're completely unobserved.
You are
Completely unobserved.
you are alone. So as you channel your champion's power,
I'm going to summon my champion armor, and I get to utter the words that the showmen who employ me often do, and I say, "Abracadabra," then.
Oh,
And
nice.
my suit is made of lots of little bronze shards that sort of climb upwards from the legs and around the body, with some cool sort of wing details and a few little steam exhaust vents, because it has little whirring, clicking gears and moving parts. It's sort of a mechanical man, but the visor in particular is what makes Preston's very cool. Because it sort of has the ability to quickly swap between a lot of filters and see different parts.
so there's lots of lenses that can kind of click into place.
Yeah,
That's
in and out, in and out, in and out, like that.
fantastic.
Looks a little bird-shaped.
Looks a little bird-shaped. All right, you are wearing your suit.
I'm wearing the suit.
Glistening metallic energy kind of flowing through you.
And a little bit of smoke, just for effect,
Of course.
just drifting out of the bottom.
Does Rosalind put on her?
I'm just going to watch.
Ah, she likes to watch, ladies and gentlemen.
If you need an assistant, let me know. But I do enjoy watching you work.
So what I want to do is investigate, flip through the lenses and see with the suit's enhancements if I can see part of the visible spectrum. Look for clues and anything that seems out of the ordinary or that the normal naked human eye might not have seen readily, which I think is probably sort of a. I'm gonna say it's logic, because this is sort of working the crime scene, which Preston usually does for
Okay.
the crew on many occasions. And so that is a 13, unfortunately.
Well, it beats my 10. So, as you start to examine, let me ask you though, however I'm going to ask you this, you can't just say, I'm going to use my suit. What part, what lenses are you using? Let's get Batman with this.
Right, okay.
Let's start to investigate and use your hard skills.
We're starting with ultraviolet.
Okay.
To look for, bioluminescence and other residues, be it blood or other materials.
Okay. As you're searching around, you don't find any blood, but you do see trails. weaving throughout across the stone floors, kind of clearly crisscrossing this way and that. They're not huge, but it's as if, there definitely seem to be some writhing, one might assume snakes, moving about within this space.
Okay, then we're going to switch to the infrared. And before like using the lens, Preston like vents a lot of the steam from the armor. It's gonna get a little warm and a little steamy in here for a second, because if they are
Scandal.
and because if it seems like snakes, and we've heard snakes before, and I see slither trails, I know that reptiles are cold-blooded. So what I want to do is raise the overall temperature of the room to see if I can see any dark spots on the infrared spectrum.
Ah, like as if a snake might be hiding.
Yes.
Don't mind me.
Never do.
We should shed the microphone too.
Get out of here. As you search through the room, no, there doesn't seem to be anything colder than the space around it. As you're kind of investigating, though, you can clearly see where the materials had been. They're now not there, obviously. The snake kind of trails do lead out a back door, which might bear investigating. There's also some debris kind of piled as if a job may have been half done.
Okay, so that looks most intriguing. Rosalind, if I might direct your attention to the pile of debris over there. Something unusual and seems to have been interrupted.
Okay. I'm actually going to suit up now as well.
Ah. And tell us, what are your champion's words?
It's a gesture and words. Rosalind takes a very formal bow and says, "Thank you, ladies and gentlemen."
And surrounding you is a glow of blue energy that comes swooping in, not just swooping in almost like burning flame, kind of starting at your feet and working its way up your body, transforming you from a elegantly gowned woman of the theater into...
My suit harkens back to my trapeze days, where I, wore something slightly less covering and something much more tightly fitting, corseted and free to move in, gloved, silky and tight.
As it should. And you approach the debris?
Yes.
And what colors?
Bright blue, like a cold, fiery flame, the hottest flame.
As you move to the debris, you don't need to roll for it. You can just kind of kick it around. Clearly, it was once one of these boxes that they ripped apart in order to get the elements out of. It all seems like it should be there, with the exception of one tool that really shouldn't, and that is a crowbar.
All right, switching back to the ultraviolet for a second. Anything on the crowbar, or is it covered in snake?
No, it's not covered in snake. It is just a crowbar.
A normal crowbar.
Just a normal crowbar here.
So, I've read a bunch for research in a play, or, and I have a fascination with mythology, as one might. Snakes, Irish. I get that comparison, but do we know anything else? It was useful being familiar with some vampiric lore back in the day. Can I roll for it?
You can roll for it, yes.
Oh.
Shit.
Rosalind has not won.
There might be a play or two featuring snakes. Cleopatra has snakes. A Medusa. There might be a play about Medusas. You're maybe a little worked up and not thinking super clear right now. Yeah.
Can we rejoin the investigation? Can we have the
I'd say so. Yeah, you can find each other.
Snakes.
I'm just gonna walk in and look around. Suit time! Put it up. I have to say something that I missed this product. Like,
Yeah,
say
you have to say your thing.
What's your champion words?
Oh, to adventure!
Nice. And let's see, you're boop, boop, boop. Yes. Green energy. Frosty and
Forest
cool forest green energy kind of comes swooping in like a winter through the aspen woods, kind of blowing towards you, covering you in cool, crisp energy, like an alpine meadow, and revealing your costume, your suit, which appears as.
Oh man, I gave zero thought to this. I didn't. I'll say that
Cowboy.
it is how, if she had her way, she would be seen all the time, which is basically a finely tailored, like, women's suit of the time. Like, whatever the, like, a man would look like with the breeches and the shirt and the whatever, just
That's cool.
tailored to fit a lady. To be is essentially what that is with a
ladies' cut man's suit.
yes.
And in both cases, you both are wearing pants.
Oh yes. Well, there's a bit of a frill.
Took me a couple of years to get used to that one, but I guess I'm over it now.
I mean, to be fair, in proper company, I do not wear pants.
Aye, but
Yeah.
yes.
I do sometimes.
All right,
Depends
so-
on what
Anyway.
they ask for.
Yeah, sorry.
Yay, suit!
Adventure suit!
Adventure suit!
Do we have enemies? Why are you all in your suits?
Mostly to use the visors, but
Aye, yes.
Because
what-
it's fun.
And what have you found?
So there appears to be a trail of something slithery going out yonder door, and over here in the debris, a crowbar and a job left half finished.
half finished is interesting.
A job of what?
A job of looks like smashing something to bits from the looks of it. But
What were they smashing to bits?
Well, take a look for yourself.
I go-
It's your armory.
I go and investigate that section of the armory. As a
What
logic
else?
check.
What else is in there?
18.
Okay, I don't even need to roll. You know this as the remains of one of the more dangerous pieces of British armaments. This is it's a bomb. It's a bunker buster, essentially. It's not obviously what we would know in World War II, but it's getting closer to what we would know in World War I. Highly experimental, very kind of dangerous weapon. Of all the things that were stolen, this is probably the only thing in here that could chill your bones.
Did they take it?
It's gone.
So it's not half done, it's a job done.
They had to rip apart the actual like box around it, right? They couldn't just take it. It turned out to be probably maybe too heavy, but yeah, it seems pretty well done.
Damn! They've stolen the drunken Scotchman.
Yep.
Has anyone followed the slithery trail?
Not yet.
Can I like put a visor on and check it out?
Yep.
So I'm just gonna go like I have very little qualms about being seen somewhere in my suit because it brings me joy.
Sure.
And
Follow
no one
your
can tell
bliss.
who I am, so because I've got like a little like domino like.
So the trail leads out the back door. Do you follow it?
Yeah, I mean he did tell everyone else to just ignore us, so.
That's true. All right, so you throw open the back door, and you see. Go ahead and roll for me.
Oh god.
It's begun.
Oh no, it's
For those of
another
you-
nat one.
For those of you who've never seen Champions of the Earth, this is a fun thing about the Op20 system. The Op20 system sometimes just throws you roll hard crits, just like D&D, right? Except all the time.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Okay, wait. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna see if I can salvage this somehow. So that's one.
You could PowerPoint it. 5
three.
PowerPoints, you could confirm a hit. Using the...
Well, I don't know how important that is right now.
Yeah,
you know?
we have
So.
3 others have
She's
fives.
wearing armor.
Alright.
She's wearing armor.
Unless you can
So
start
it's a-
walking the wrong way.
It's an open kind of courtyard. There's some other buildings. There's the ocean is off kind of to the side.
Basically all the things I can see with my naked eyes.
Yeah, that's all
Okay.
you're getting right now.
Okay, on a nat one.
There's a lot of like, there's some like runoff and stuff.
Okay. Sorry, not very helpful.
I turn back, like, actually kind of, you can tell I'm, like, a little panicked. I haven't put on my suit yet. The explosive located in that crate is capable of destroying a small neighborhood. London is under direct threat now, and if these snakes have already destroyed one of us and have taken this dangerous weapon, there's no telling what they could do next. We must with haste follow any trail we can find and defeat these snakes before they're able to use this weapon to bring an end to London.
What can you tell me about the composition of what's in this weapon, then? Can we track that?
Perhaps. I don't know enough about this to know, but
okay.
I know we have, like, nitroglycerin and things like that at this point, so, like, fair to say it's probably just, like, a really souped-up nitroglycerin bomb.
Yeah, it's probably a super
Which means we could, like, feasibly, you could track nitroglycerin if there was a dripping of it or something
We've got
like
the snake trail as well.
Aye.
I think you should suit up. I think we're at the point now where we could get rumbled, and I'm not facing a bomb blast.
So do we think
My civvies.
Do we think they're after us specifically? Like, why would they go after
Kosagon
us?
certainly thinks so.
If they're after London, then they're after the champions. We are its last, best, and only hope of defense. Without us, without the ability to deploy the British armed forces in the middle of this city, we are its only defense. My brother relies on us. The people rely on us. The history of England relies on us. God save the Queen. God guide the Empire.
King.
God save the King. Thank you. I'm still used to saying it from my mom. God save the King. God save the Empire. And and that deploys my suit.
And a glowing, glittering white light slams into you, revealing your suit, which looks like
A old school suit of British armor. Full visor, full plate mail, it's like really, really classic armor. And
You are literally a white knight.
I am shining white. It like radiates with light. And I have my sword is already manifested. It just sits on my back as this sort of like large like broadsword that's hanging out the back. It's and then I'm like fully plated, and then the helmet can sort of pop up or down.
awesome.
So right now it's up, and will pop down if I get into a combat.
All right, why don't you give me one more check with your super scanners?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah!
23. That's
Yes.
All right. So what you're able to see throughout the different kind of layers of your analysis is that these tracks.
And my helmet looks like a whale.
No, come on, man! God, your helmet looks.
So
Tell everyone how much
yeah, I
you
was
love
gonna
whales,
say,
Con.
if anybody watching this has no idea, Colin hates whales. It's like a thing.
Hates them.
It's a
Hates 'em.
whole thing. So I'm pretty sure just out of spite, Jack made his.
Not entirely spite, mostly out of research. Turns out the royal house of England, at this particular point, Saxe-Coburg, now the Windsors, happen to actually own legally every dolphin, whale, and there's something else, like it's a land animal. It's not bison. I don't think they have bison in England. But there is another animal. Yeah, I want to say corgis, but like they literally like own and geese. Sorry, swans.
Yeah.
They own every swan, dolphin, and whale in British waters. They're like legal property as far as England is concerned. So it was between a swan, a dolphin, or Colin's most hated enemy, and I kind of had to choose Colin's most hated enemy. Like come on, guys.
back to my
Anyway.
net 20.
Yeah, sorry. Back to your nat 20.
nat
I'm
20,
so sorry.
Jack.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Shaboom! With your nat 20, it's clear. These nefarious characters were able to abscond with all of these items and take them directly to the grate that is in the side. It's where all the runoff has been going, down into the underground of London.
Muck.
Into the muck. Into the sewers themselves.
Rosalind, just look at it as a grand adventure.
Last one is a rotten egg.
I'll lead the way.
Actually, I believe the rotten eggs are already there.
I'll lead the way. My light should be able to guide us. And I try to project a light field forward as we head into the sewers.
Yeah, we can say that's a free action.
Nice.
Here, do you want to come with me? And I like reach my hand out. And she grabs my hand, and Alice straight up blushes super hard.
Oh.
But no one can tell. No one sees, because it's dark.
Rosalind knows.
You head into the sewers. Now, the London sewers at this time are actually they're some of the most advanced drainage systems in the world. This was a recent massive undertaking undergone by, I believe, your mother or sister?
She just heard.
My mother.
The
Your
Queen
mother.
Mother cleaning out the sewer.
Yeah.
I previously indicated on social media that Adolphus was the brother of Victoria. No, he is her second son.
Got it. So your mother is the one who commissioned this massive structure. So these are, it's where the shit lives. But they are well made, well tunneled. And as you enter into it, your light kind of shines the way. Rats scurry.
Worry not, Rosalind.
Everyone
All
that
will
comes
be well.
close to us, I just kick.
These tunnels were made with the greatest of British engineering. There's nothing to worry about, especially in your armor.
As you move forward, I need all of you to roll for me.
Aye.
Oh no.
Are we rolling initiative?
No!
You're just rolling. I just
Wow,
want to get
you're
some
just
numbers.
Hot and cold, man.
That's garbage. Add nothing. Just tell me your number.
17.
17?
16.
16?
11.
Okay.
1.
1.
Okay, awesome. As you're moving forward, you reach a split in the sewer. There's 3 other directions, left, right, and straight ahead. Adolphus. Down the rightmost path, you hear something. It's hard to make out. You can't quite tell what it is, but definitely there's some sound coming from that direction.
To the right. There's someone down here with us.
Well, there's a lot of rats, but...
No, this is not rats. There's something else. And I plop my visor down and try to take a look.
What you see is living figures. 12 living figures, 100 living figures, all coming at you. It's coming at you. Rats, 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 rats.
Rats!
Just squirming past you, running past you in every direction, running, terrified.
They're not attacking. They're scared of what is coming. Prepare yourselves for battle, champions. Battle comes for us.
You hear as it comes charging down the sewer, dogs. Not little dogs, big motherfucking dogs.
I pull my sword.
Their eyes glowing red as they charge at you. Now we roll initiative.
What was that other roll for?
I'm just
It
doing
was
my
a perception check.
Yeah.
Oh.
19.
14.
10.
12.
Amanda, Jesse, and so it'll go Jack, Amanda, Jesse, or Marcy, and then Jesse. And the dogs go last. All right, there's 4 dogs. They're each huge. We might call them hellhounds, but that's just me. I don't want to put words in your mouth. They're certainly not friendly puppos. The first one, they are coming at you, Adolphus. You are the first in line. They're going to hit you first. They're not quite there yet, but they're coming at you.
Got it. I pull my broadsword and I just to ask you a question, just because this is a new weapon for me.
Yeah.
My special technique is something called fulcrum. It says that on a successful strike, my player's hit is confirmed. Next turn strike is also confirmed. What does that mean?
Confirmed is an automatic, it takes whatever you roll and pops it up 1. So if it's a miss, it's a hit. If
Understood.
it's a hit, it's an advance.
Got it. Awesome. So then basically every time I hit, it's a crit.
But you can only use fulcrum once per
When I use
combat.
fulcrum.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, got it. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to strike on one of these dogs.
Great. Are you going to fulcrum or are you just regular strike?
I can do it once per combat?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to fulcrum. Sure.
Great.
Oh,
Goodbye. We can
Bye,
see.
guys.
all right. 18.
Are you using tactics?
I was, yes.
Tell me how you're using tactics.
I push myself to the front of the crowd, in an effort to act as a bulwark against the charge of the dogs. I locate the dog most in the lead, thus able to make an example of him, and strike hard and fast using my fulcrum to attempt an immediate destruction of this dog, as to scare and wound any around me.
All right. You rolled an 18?
I did.
I rolled a 16, so you hit. You
So it's
also confirmed it, so it's not only a hit, it's an advanced hit. Tell us what it does.
Second strike, I do ×2 damage, and I attack again.
So your blade slams into this dog's body, slashing it from hindquarters to head. A brutal strike that sent it slamming against the stone wall.
Haha! Take that, hellhound!
And you strike again.
17.
19. However, you confirmed it, so it goes from a miss to a hit.
Aye.
So,
Nice.
that's a regular strike. As you spin around and plunge your blade into the dog's body, pinning it to the wall, dead.
Haha! Take that!
Nice.
Amanda. Or rather, Alice.
So Alice isn't too keen on the idea of killing dogs, even if they're mean ones, to be honest with you. So I'm going to. I have a whip that I use, and I'm going to use that. Oh wait, but that's only the. Sorry, I'm learning how to use this too. So
And Jack, you got 2 power points for that.
Bonus. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up burning a lot.
sorry. I'm just going to do. I'm going to try and block, which makes no attack but gains +5 to defense for either myself or an ally.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, if successful, I'm gonna add that defense for Adolphus.
You don't need to declare who it
Oh,
goes to.
I
You can
don't.
just say
Okay.
you're blocking, and then
I'm-
if someone gets attacked, you can juice their defense.
Got it.
So
Okay.
you don't even need to roll for it.
Oh, I don't.
No, it's an automatic juice.
Fantastic.
Well done. Do you strike an awesome pose?
I think I'm just like kind of frozen in indecision, to be honest.
All right. Rosalind,
How many hellhounds are there?
there are 3 hellhounds.
All right. Rosalind reaches back and turns out one of her bows that's in the back of her costume, her armor. She pulls out an axe. Sharp, elegant, and definitely throwable.
Yep.
Aims back, just like they learned back in the circus when she was having them thrown at her, and she lets it fly.
10.
And 18.
That's a hit.
Right.
The axe flies through the air, slams into one of the dog's bodies. It says as it kind of limps. It's not down, but it's wounded for sure.
And can it like kind of disintegrate into fire and then return to her hand? Or do I have to retrieve it?
No, it can disintegrate into fire and then return into your hand. So it poofs and then poof back into your hand. It's a returning
blue fire.
flame axe.
Did either of those weapons have any particular extra effect on the hellhounds?
Against
that
these
you could tell?
doggos? No.
Okay.
Me?
Yes.
All right, so all of the things that you have done so far sound very distracting. So I feel that Preston has taken advantage of while all this action has been going on to sort of sneak around the back and flank. Or sort of to the side, basically, especially the one that's currently engaged with Rosalind.
Yeah, you guys, so
Yeah.
the dogs have kind of charged in. You're kind of confronting them within this kind of nexus of tunnels. So yeah, you can kind of angle around.
Right, and the bronze armor on Preston's suit can go kind of like tarnished and dark, so it sort of just like blends into the shadows a little bit. And then he has a wand, but like a very cool like steampunky gear enabled wand with a thing at the end. They're going to do a beam strike on the one that Rosalind was going after, and that is a 17.
It's a 6. So
Mopping them up.
from your wand is a beam of energy that bursts out. Hurricane! Whoa, 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 says the doggo as it smashes into its.
Stop making the monster so sympathetic.
Sorry, the hellish beast.
There you go.
As it slammed for 1 other point of damage.
Yeah, not as it goes bow wow, as it goes.
Yeah, in Champions we fought a bunch of tripods that like mournfully bleeped at us as we killed them.
Sorry.
And then like their boss was named Steve.
You guys named him Steve.
That is accurate.
That is
actually true.
accurate.
Okay, now it is the dog's turn.
Yeah, all right.
The first is seeing that it's seeing this white knight slayed its friend is going to dive for you. Its teeth just salivating with murder.
So can I say that mine goes +5?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
A 7. So +5.
Well, we can't add, I don't think, attributes to defense.
Oh, the defense is just the straight roll.
We can?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you had
So that's 12.
12 plus 5?
No,
No, with
12
the 5.
alone. What did you get?
14.
Then I'm going to spend a power point to boost that check, putting me up, and I'm going to spend another one to boost the check again, pushing me up 4.
What?
Okay.
Not touchy.
So as the dog's kind of teeth come slamming down, Alice reaches in and tries to deflect it, but she can't quite make it. And then you just bash it backwards with your armor, kind of blocking it and pushing it back.
Ha!
The second dives for you. You thought you were hidden, but you were not. They can see you. They're dogs.
There's still 3, right?
There's still 3.
Yeah. Holy. Nope.
19.
Yeah.
It leaps at you. Its jaws latch onto your body.
Yeah, I don't have
grinding
19.
at your armory bits for a point of
roll.
damage. And the last, you're behind everyone else, so it turns to you, you tiny little morsel. Its hellish eyes glowing as it tries to bite right into the thick of your leg. Yes. For 12.
That is 20 without anything else.
So you twist away elegantly, and it misses its attack.
I will say, I just want to just out loud, it's a 20 because I get a +2 to defense because my class is scout. So I rolled an 18 +2 for 20. I could have made it higher if I wanted to add an attribute, but I felt 20 was probably sufficient here.
That was a good call. Back to the top of the round.
I, the one that I bashed back, want to kill it with my sword. It's a 14.
That's a hit.
I.
How do you cleave this dog in half?
Oh, it's just one attack. I get it for
He's
that.
already hurt, yeah.
Oh, right, because he was already hurt. I just bashed it back, yes? Grab my sword and I raise it above my head and I take it slamming down, cutting the beast in half. Cutting the beast in half. There it is.
There we go.
Getting a little bit too transatlantic there.
Oh, fair
Cutting
enough.
the beast in half.
2 left.
2 left.
So it's me, right?
It's you, yes.
Okay, well, all right, I'm gonna actually pull the whip this time because it kind of seems like, got to do something.
Sometimes all you can do is
Gonna try and
Put a beast
slashing
down.
strike this dog. So that's a 14, but I'm gonna make it an 18 by attempting to attack in style. As a proper upper class lady, I've had years and years of dance training. So as far as like doing things where like, bending or like kind of just out with the whip,
Yeah.
kind of contorting a little, so I'm hard to.
Unfortunately, it rolled a 22.
Why did you let me do all that then?
Picture, it's a beautiful story. So you, even though you elegantly spun your whip around and lashed out, this dog ducks underneath. It's onto you. It knows your game.
So I'm behind everyone, but the dogs are still both kind of in front of us.
Yes.
Now, I have an ability. Actually, never mind. I can't use that because I don't have enough PowerPoints. Curses.
If our champions could get more PowerPoints.
No, that was not. All right. Well, I will once again roll, but this
and
time
you got PowerPoints for landing your hit.
Oh, thanks.
Rosalind pulls down essentially like a blindfold, part of her shield,
Go on.
and takes her axe. And I'm going to use my special technique of gamble. So for every -1 to attack, I gain ×1 to damage that I subtract. So every time
cool.
I can roll, and since I am rolling with luck, definitely with luck, and I'm also, as you mentioned, not a scout, but a ranger, my attack is +6. I'm going to -3 off of it.
Okay.
So it's a ×3 damage, and we're going to see how this goes.
As a ranger, you have a +6 attack?
Well, 4 and then another 2.
Oh, yeah. Killer.
So
It's a 15.
12. I can make that.
All right. So that does 3 points of damage. Paint me a picture.
Vivisect is the word I would use.
Tell me more.
Literally spins cleanly through the dog. Perfectly.
Slams into the wall behind it.
And then returns back to my hand.
Brilliant.
Very cool axe.
Boomerang X.
One hellhound left.
Yeah. I don't think actually in this case we're gonna get too fancy at the beginning. I think another beam attack is probably. Is this the wounded one or is this the one?
This one is still pretty healthy.
Oh, I would have.
Yeah. Okay. It's just the one though. Yeah, we're still gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it very tactically though. I think the last one leapt and took a piece out of me. So let's take it off of its feet. We're gonna aim for the. And I'm going to sweep the legs, perhaps.
Ah, with your wand.
With the wand, yeah, with a cool beam.
Sweep all 4 legs. I love
sweep
it.
all 4 legs.
Hell yeah.
Ooh. So that's a.
What they do in China is the
15.
Cobra Kai maneuver.
Yes, that hits. So your beam of energy kind of slams into its legs. And whoa! The dog kind of hits the ground and tumbles. You've unfooted it
Nice. Right before its turn?
right before its turn.
Nice.
So it has to spend its turn popping the fuck back up.
Well played, Mr. Peabody. Now a closing strike. And I'm going for like a big ol' uppercutty broadsword slash.
Sweet.
Not great. 11.
17.
Yeah, not happening.
So it dodges past your strike.
Ah, damn dog.
It says,
Oh, I was really hoping that you would finish
salivating
that.
jaws.
Okay.
The jaws are quite sharp, Alice. If you could dispatch it with some expediency, it would be much appreciated.
Yeah.
Miss Abbott, we're relying on you.
Okay, stop talking to me. Okay. I'm gonna try the slashing strike one more time.
Okay. Oh, I guess I will too.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this dog, you whip. Oh, the dog dodges. It's still ready to kill. Oh, it's so mean.
Yeah, that's another nat 1. That's what, 3 now and 2 are mine? Sweet.
Nice, that champion's life.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Cool, cool, cool.
It's up to you again, Rosalind.
And this thing hasn't been injured.
This one has been injured once. It's had its legs swept.
Okay. Once again, I'm going to just pop my axe up, not subtracting any points this time. That's a 20.
Good show.
That's an advanced.
Which is an advanced. So once again,
Unfortunately, my advanced merely gives me the ability to attack more, and I think after this,
well, it only does one. It strikes into it. The dog is still up.
oh, well then good, because I get 2, now my axe splits into 2, and I get to dual attack for the rest of the round. So it says allowing 2 additional attacks. But I believe by those rules, I start next
turn.
round.
Yes, so this dog is bleeding. Oh, it's like in its doggy head. It's like, I've gotten into more than I thought I did, but like it's still a ravenous.
Jeez.
No, I'm sorry. It's a
Oh my
ravenous
God.
feed. It's like
Just wants a home and
it's
someone
like,
to love it.
oh God, all my friends are dead, and I'm gonna avenge them. Is what
There
it's
you go.
thinking
There
in its
you go.
doggy head. Its
Wait,
its eyes
okay, yes.
burn with hellish fury as it turns to you. You're the only one who can protect your friends.
Looking at you with the eyes of a pup, lost and worried.
A furious hell dog.
Back Infernal Beast, and this is going to be sort of another sort of tactical strike. Preston can see that the dog is the hellhound is on the ropes and is going to I think this time just get it like right between the eyes. Like,
Well, we'll see.
I think we will. So that's a 16.
And that's a natural 1.
Yes!
Want to paint us that picture?
Yes, it's just a blast of light and a little bit of fireworks, and the dog disappears in a puff of smoke.
There you go.
And just a little bit of glitter, because who doesn't love a little bit of glitter?
Not ichor and guts, but
Just-
smoke and glitter, because that's what being a champion is all about.
Glitter.
Smoke and glitter.
Yes.
Why not?
Hashtag smoke and glitter.
Hashtag open.
Okay, so
3 dog corpses, 1 pile of glitter.
Damn! What manner of dogs are these?
So Alice is pretty frustrated that she wasn't able to do anything. So she's just gonna well, I guess we should find out what they were protecting or hiding, huh? And just starts going down the.
Oh, I say, wait just a moment. Oh, there she goes again.
What are you waiting for? Come with me. Let's find out what they're defending.
We best follow.
Yeah.
I take
I'm
a
right
quick
now.
sample of the blood.
Okay. You don't have current,
No, not at all. I
but
just wanna
later
have
on,
it for me
absolutely.
later.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. I'm right behind Alice. I have a vested interest in her safety.
Okay. As you're running down in the dark, I guess your light is kind
Yeah,
of.
I'm bringing the light up. Yeah.
We don't have light.
No, I'm light.
He's living
Also-
literally
well-
living light and fire. So this is a well lit.
Yeah.
I mean, well-ish lit. You're casting shadows as you move through. What you find is this particular tunnel ends in a shaft that runs both up and down.
Can I roll for, I guess, investigation?
You don't really need to
No?
roll
Oh,
for
okay.
investigation. You can see up above. You can see the kind of daylight. You can hear, if you listen closely, the sounds of the London streets. Below, however, is the rush of water.
Well, I don't see how going up does us any good here, but down it is.
Into the water.
How big is the canal?
Well, the shaft that you're looking down is about 15 feet wide, maybe about 20 feet wide. Going down, it's difficult to tell, but I suppose if you use a little bit of ingenuity, it's probably like a 60 to 70 foot drop.
Miss
Oh,
Abbott.
there's no ladder.
No.
Oh,
Miss Abbott,
okay.
perhaps you could use your powers of glacis to aid us down into this water.
Ooh.
Sure. Can I can't actually
Well, you can utilize, if you look at your power chart, you have some movements that let you utilize icy powers.
Fun fact, each of us in Champions of the Earth is equipped with one of the ley line elements of the world, those being Ignis, Glacis, Vitae, Terra, and Lux. I'm Lux,
Like,
Marcy is Ignis,
Fire.
sorry, yes, the light, fire, ice, life, your life.
Vitae, yeah.
Yep, Vitae, life, and our good departed Irish friend was Terra. So thus, in looking at this water solve, we're looking at maybe solving it with ice. Are you sort of up to speed?
So, all right. I'm gonna try and do it's called a cold snap. It's an unarmed freezing attack. It's supposed to do damage to targets, but in this case, I'm just trying to form some sort of slide that can ice slide that can take us down into
That's cool.
Excellent.
into the canal. Can everyone swim?
Oh yeah.
I don't know how
Oh,
deep
yes.
it is. Okay.
who knows?
Maybe. It's practically raised it there.
Sure, of course. Okay.
You don't need to
So-
roll. You can spend those power points
Oh. All right. So I will.
and tell us about it.
Well, these are 3, and then 2 more that I already had.
So as that energy kind of
Yeah, it just kind of goes in like
We all lose down.
circle. You know, it's a circular slide that goes down and down. So
that kind of hits it. You can kind of tell as the light reflects off your various armors that it hits that bottom kind of rushing water and creates a little bit of a platform. So if you slide down, you're not, I mean, it's a little bit of a dangerous slide, but you won't immediately drop into the water.
all right, I mean, I guess somebody who has light should go first, but I'm second.
And I sort of crouch on the ice and try to like go down it on foot, so I'm not like sliding on my
Please
butt.
roll for that.
Yeah, that's a dexterity roll.
Cool. An agility check?
Yeah.
Okay. 17.
Oh, on your butt, going.
Okay, no, the good prince, even in his heavy armor, is able to slide elegantly and gracefully, like only a man who's used to rolling decks at sea can. His balance is impeccable, and he lands at the base of the slide without a problem.
Shining light up into the cavern to see what I can see.
And what you see is a opening, basically an underground river. The Thames has many estuaries and underground aspects to itself that runs underneath London. This is one of the many tributaries, carved out of raw cavern and stone. If you hadn't have created the ice slide, you would have dropped right into this frigid, roiling water. But with your light and your position, you can tell that there's a bit of a pathway along the edge of the river.
All right, there's a pathway down here.
And I just like leap, or I've just like leapt feet first onto it, and I'm just like going down.
Okay, there's a high-speed moving armored girl coming at you.
Oh, the pathway's that small? I'm gonna head to the pathway that's off the platform.
Okay, great. So you leap just out of time. Roll to stop yourself, because you're coming down this thing fast, pretty wildly.
Again, going with my style that I've got going on. That's a 16.
Okay, great. So yeah, you come to a stop, kind of utilizing your whip to whip around a corner, and you swing off the bottom of this platform and land
Yes!
awesomely next to Adolphus.
That was so fun!
Damned good.
Ladies. Pearls before swine.
I would say age before beauty, but I'll take it. Yes, Rosalind's also just gonna have a good time and like lean back.
Are you doing it? I mean, are you going willy-nilly, or you're?
She's not going willy-nilly. She's definitely like got control, but she's got her axe like almost as like a handbrake.
Great. So you slide down, utilizing your axe as a handbrake to kind of, and you end up at the bottom, supine and luxurious, a pinup that definitely kind of feels. Actually, you both feel a bit of blush rising, but no time for that now.
Miss Thorne.
Thank you. And she's actually kind of like a little bit like glistening because all that like her own natural heat melted the slide just a little.
Oh my god, amazing.
It's just
You're doing
the slide and my heart. So yeah, I help you over the way.
Preston has skates that pop out of the bottom of his out of the bottom of his boots.
Skates or
just
roller
like little
skates?
blades, just little blades that should come out, for those sorts of things.
This steampunk inspector.
Because of the previous adventure that you had, Terror in the Frozen North,
Right, yes.
which you can find at every good bookshop in the world. I don't know. As you slide down
carefully. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
With the.
Your ice skates will allow you to stop on a dime. We can say that you prepared and you stop. You are a little top heavy. It's perhaps not as elegant quite as you wanted, but
It's utilitarian. I think that's the.
highly functional. You are all down into this cavern. As you start to move forward into the dark, we assume that Adolphus is there guiding your path. I need you to all roll agility checks.
Yes. No, come back. Ooh.
Ooh. Most unlike me, so that's an 8.
16.
Okay, good.
21.
Okay, great.
Oh, am I adding?
Yeah, agility.
Oh, 19.
Okay.
It's like my good stat, and that's the worst roll.
No, you're all good. So the pathway is covered in kind of wet moss. It's very slick, very slippery. Even the loose scree, we can assume that Jack can make it.
Really, I kind of want to see Adolphus fall on his dumb face.
I know we all do want to see him drop on his dumb face, but for now, let's say that he makes it through. As you move closer, you start to hear something. Beyond the pounding of the water, you hear a droning, almost
Of human voices? Or?
of human voices.
Okay.
Snaky human voices?
Man's human voices. It's in a language none of you know.
Does it sound like this?
No.
It does not sound like it's not
Are you
partial tongue.
sure? Sorry.
As you kind of get closer, you hear this kind of droning, and what you see as the cavern kind of opens up is a temple. Carved into the very stone itself. It seems to be a place of worship.
Did you know this was here?
No. What manner of temple? Is it Catholic?
It's far from Catholic. Twining, what you see is a statue of a three-faced goddess. Her body entwined
My God.
with snakes and serpents.
This is a pagan ritual site.
Surrounding the statue are individuals. 5 individuals, cloaked and hooded.
You there! In the name of the king! I
don't know.
brandish up my light sword.
I don't know that was such a good idea.
Surrender yourselves at once! Stealth was never an option. Look at me.
And yet you insist on going first.
They turn, surprised they were in the middle of their invocation and their rituals. They have found us. And you see each of their faces are snake faces, or at least masks.
Faces of snakes, or faces made from many snakes.
Their faces are masks of snake faces.
Aye.
They are not. They may be coiled snakes underneath those
It's just a bunch
clothes.
of snakes wearing a snake
That's,
mask.
that's what I'm looking for, man.
It might still be
Okay.
a bunch of snakes wearing a snake mask. You don't know.
Good, my theory is still in play.
We should have bet on it.
Okay.
How many are
Indeed,
there?
we have found you, as the crown will find all enemies of the British Empire. Prepare for steel!
Oh, good lord.
Roll initiative.
Sorry, guys.
3.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks.
9.
You don't have an invention to improve your
Okay.
initiative roll.
7.
So you were 3, 9. All right. Okay. Wow. You guys are great.
15.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
take these just to symbolize what I have left from.
Great.
Okay.
All right. Miss Rosalind, you're first.
How lucky. All right. Okay.
Sorry, how many did you say there were?
5.
5. Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and center, focusing in on my enemies, pulling my axe, and going to essentially not attack this round, but instead focus around and deliver 3 times damage on a successful try next round. If they attack me, though, the charge is negated. So I'm going to be looking for cover. Also, who's the goddess?
I'm not sure you know.
Okay.
So you're taking your chart, or you're preparing yourself for next round. Mm-hmm. Awesome. It is the cultists' turn. There are 5 of them, as they said. 2 of them lift up, they rush to the sides and grab muskets that had been waiting in the shadows. They will be firing next turn, but 2 of the others charge, brandishing knives.
So they all beat us at initiative.
Yes.
Okay. So it's basically they're attacking as 5 in a block.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're coming at you. 2 of them are charging. You're first. So the first one is coming at you with a knife.
Okay. It's a 10.
That's a 12.
Okay.
So his knife streaks down and scrapes across your armor. 1 second. Yeah, for 1 point of damage.
Okay.
The second stabs its knife at you, Mr. Peabody.
Can I feel the type of energy that they're attacking me with?
That type of energy.
That's a 19.
I'm sorry. It scraped across your armor, but did no damage. And you rolled a 19. They also rolled a 19.
Oh, come on.
And within the rules of the Op
Ties
20
go to
system,
attackers.
ties go to the attacker. So its knife comes slamming down on you, Vitae, and digs into your armor for 2 points of damage.
Ouch.
The third, which is the leader, turns to you. How dare you interrupt our sacred ceremony? The dread priestess, Baba Yaga Hecate, will see you die before her mighty, slithering prowess. You have stopped her on her journey of conquering this land in the name of everything that is pure, true, and mystical in the cosmos. We will see you burn, freeze, die, die! And from his hands, snakes come from his cloak.
I told you! Cloak of snakes!
Snakes! Snake hands! He hasn't done anything else then.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of snakes.
And it's Amanda's, Miss Abbott's turn.
So only 2 of them attacked?
Yes.
Okay. So where are we in relation to where they are exactly? Like how far away?
You're all relatively, you can close on each other.
Okay. So I'm going to attack the one that is closest to Rosalind,
Okay.
whichever one that is.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a flying strike in an attempt to protect Rosalind as well as, do some damage. A flying strike is a player leaps up to one zone away, delivering an armed or unarmed strike for ×2 damage. But if their attack fails, they fall prone.
And with a crit, they can do ×3 damage.
Oh, yeah. Only if unarmed, though.
No.
Mine says unarmed.
Oh, yeah, it says unarmed.
Yeah, otherwise it does the
3
crit
damage.
of your weapon that you're attacking with.
Oh, okay. So I am going to use my
Whippy whip?
whip because I'm more confident with that.
Great.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Kaboom, all right. So that's a hit, and it's an advanced hit.
So it is a times. Oh, no, it's a. But I did a flying strike, not a.
Right, but you attacked with your weapon, so when you crit, it does the crit of your weapon.
It does. So it does the damage. It does 2 times damage.
2
Plus the
times
crit of your
damage.
weapon.
Plus the crit of my weapon is wrap. Target and whip are both immobilized. Have to roll a 15 to break it.
Nice.
Okay, so that one has been whipped around. He's struggling. He was one of the ones.
Damaged and immobilized.
He was one of the ones that
went
had
to
a
the
knife.
muskets?
No. Well, he was close, so he was one of the
got
ones
it.
that
So he was-
charged. So he's one of the ones that attacked. He attacked the one that attacked Jesse.
Okay.
Unless he wanted to attack one of the ones that was getting a musket.
No, I said whichever one was closest
Okay,
to
that was
Rosalind,
the
so
one that was
whichever
attacking.
one.
Yeah, great.
Good show, Miss Abbott! I strike the one who sliced at me.
Okay, great.
Wait, hold up. Yeah, oh yeah, I definitely attack that one. Uh, 16.
That's a hit.
How much does the personal traits give us?
It gives you a +3 on your roll.
Okay, got it. Cool, yeah, then I just attack him with my sword.
Great. Your sword cleaves into his body, slashing him through the robes. Ha! He yells because he just got slashed. Blood spurting, red human blood splurts out.
Interesting.
They bleed! They bleed like men!
Super drop.
Oh,
My turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
wait, okay, so hold on a second though. If I do damage, that means they are Ignis.
Because we know from their attack on me that they have to be either Ignis or Glacis. because they couldn't do damage to me, and those are the two types that cannot do damage to Lux, which is my element.
And since I am Glacis, Glacis on Glacis does nothing.
No. Glacis on Glacis does 1.
Oh, does 1?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't actually.
But do we know if it did ×1 or ×2 damage when you attacked?
Did ×2 to Vitae, so.
It did ×2 damage to you?
Yeah.
So it did ×2 damage
Same,
to Vitae.
it's same difference.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we still don't know. All right. It's one or the other, though.
Okay.
Okay. People keeping score at home, I have 12 power points. I'm going to spend some of them.
Nice.
I'm going to do a very fancy, like there's still the one that came at me, right? That, like it's not down, the one that...
No, it's not down.
All right, so
It is in fact wrapped and prone, so it can't really do anything to fight back right now.
Right, cool. So yes, I'm going to use the wand to finish the devil off. But I'm going to do it in a really showy manner, and one of my 2 traits is showman. So what I definitely want to do is like scare the bejesus out of all of these snake cultists a little bit, and just like vaporize it. But I'm going to spend 5 of my power points on a confirm.
Okay.
So confirm means a player's miss becomes a hit, and the player's hit becomes an advanced.
Great. Well, I don't even need to roll, but yes, go for it.
Oh no.
Oh. No, that's okay. That's a confirm.
You
That's
confirmed
what-
it.
Yeah.
So
Ooh,
it's,
crit 1, but he confirmed.
yep, so it's a hit.
Great.
Those 5 power points coming off.
Yep.
Does that do ×1 or ×2 damage?
Well, you don't know, but it's
Oh, got
a
it.
sizable hit. It's a, and its chest kind of bursts free, and it's like, it's on the ropes. It's not looking great at all.
Is it still wrapped in my whip?
It is still wrapped in
Okay.
your whip, yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty much, it's on its last legs. Back to you, Rosalind.
Okay, so once again,
So ×3 damage on a successful strike.
yep, I'm gonna just close my eyes and hope.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Whew.
Nope,
Nope. Your axe goes, were you throwing it? Were you slashing it?
I was throwing it. I just
Okay, well, your axe goes spinning off, the cultist ducks to the side, it sails over his head, bursts into flame, comes back to your hands, but it was a miss.
really like to know what these things are.
It's the cultist's turn. The 2 that were gathering their muskets both lift up their guns and take a shot. The first, once again, is to the glowing knight.
10.
The musket ball flies straight at you and ping off your pauldrons, well defended from its thick metal armor. The second shot shoots for the wayfish unarmed little no one.
Oh no. Yes, that does not.
It's a 10.
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
All right. The bullet slams into your shoulder, piercing the armor into your body, blood squelching out.
Miss
Rosalind,
Dawn!
are you okay?
How many points?
Point of damage.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine. Focus on the beasts.
Okay, evildoers.
The other 3, one still bound, so the other 2, the one with his knife, drops it to the other hand and stabs out. I believe he was fighting you, so he's gonna.
Yeah, that's the guy I'm in a
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
with.
he's gonna try and slip it right in between your little slats of your armor.
Cool. 7.
Ooh, natural 20.
Yeah, except he can't hurt me.
And his knife, as the energy's kind of, and his knife skitters off. He's like, Dark Hecate! Oh, what is happening?
Dark Hecate does not know the power of Lux!
And the master of the cult master, the leader, the snake-handed himself, charges at you. He charges.
The leader. Oh.
He's the leader, yes. It's the snakes in his hands as he throws.
Throwing snakes.
He's
I love
throwing a snake straight at you. He doesn't have snakes for hand, he has snakes in his hands.
Oh, okay.
Just so it's now clear.
right.
A snake comes flying at your face.
Oh no, not my face! That is... Yeah, that's like a
beats a 14?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It's like a 21 or 22.
You use a bitchin' move and you use your own whip to like kind of whip that snake out of there.
My whip is wrapped around.
Your whip is wrapped around there. You use your free hand to knock that snake out of there. Nicely done.
Thanks.
Shooter the cultists, that's their turn.
So now it's me.
Now it's you.
I'm gonna go. I'm still near Rosalind. I'm gonna go after the one that shot her. Is that dude's far though, right?
Yes.
Oh. Is there one that's just the one that's wrapped?
The one that's wrapped. Well, there's one that keeps trying to stab it.
She gets a power point for the successful defense.
Yes, take
yes.
that. Yeah.
No, I didn't. Okay, so I want my whip back, so I'm gonna try and finish off the dude that's. Well, no, he's not really a threat. While he's wrapped up, he hasn't rolled to break free at all. So,
That's true. We should have rolled, but good point.
do I Is the lead guy is the musket guy more than a zone away? Like, do I have to?
No, they're all within
okay.
the zones. You can kind of cover all this distance.
All right, I'm gonna try and just do a regular strike here and see if I can. Damn. Okay.
Well, it probably beats a 3.
That is a 7.
Beats a 3.
Woo!
So how are you striking?
So, a little bit about Alice. Alice is a part of the British suffragette movement, and has learned jujitsu from Edith Garrett, who was a member of that organization, actually for real, who taught jujitsu to the ladies because they would get into scuffle with policemen sometimes when they were demonstrating, and it was a way for them to like defend themselves, even though they were wearing like, skirts and petticoats and all that stuff. So yeah, she's just gonna straight up like a punch to the throat.
Hell yeah. So yeah, I mean, your fist goes flying. He's like, little child, you have nothing on our arcane power. And you slip in real fast and
Got
just
my fist in your face.
bow. And you kind of crunch his mask a little bit, and he takes a solid point of damage. Nicely done. Bapu.
I'm going to attack, and this time I shall use Fulcrum. I want to attack the one I've been attacking up to this point. Mm-hmm. The snake that keeps attempting to stab me. 15.
It's a hit.
Aye. In which it is confirmed. Times 2 damage, and I attack again.
So yeah, you're
Times 2 damage, and I attack again.
your blade comes slashing down.
10.
6.
Haha!
Cheerio.
Which also confirms, for my next strike is confirmed.
Paint a picture.
It has the knife in, he's been pushing it in. And I take my sword and I look at him. He's like, Dark Hecate, where's your magic? Your heathen god has no place in England. And I slice up with my sword and decapitate him.
When his head flies through the air, bloop, landing in the river.
I look.
first dead
Oh
one, right?
shoot! Damn. Okay, I was hoping maybe the mask would come off and I could see his face. That's cool. Okay.
That's the first one, right?
That's the first one that's dead.
So we have 4 left.
Yeah.
I got an idea.
Okay.
Get them into a group.
Boop up.
Okay. I'm up.
You're up.
All right. I believe you probably did shout that at me.
Get them into a group.
Easily done. So I'm going to use another a beam attack, but I think in this way, I think tactically to sweep them a little bit closer together, the beam is going to be blindingly bright.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
This time.
So you're trying to scare them, kind of
Scare them in, but I'm going to aim at the one that that took the big chunk out of my armor.
Great. So that's the one that's currently bound.
Bound, yes.
Got it. Also gets crazy negatives. power.
It's a 9, unfortunately.
No, but he's bound and he rolled crap. So
Yes.
your beam, the blinding beam, blasts into its face. And it doesn't just scare everyone else because it's blinding, it scares everyone else because as it slams into his head literally erupts in gore and viscera. Because you just point blank shot with the full power of a champion. Everyone else is like, oh,
And glitter. Viscera and glitter.
and
Yeah,
glitter.
just a little.
Here, well met, Peabody!
So that's 2 down. The only ones remaining are 2 with the muskets and the leader who throws snakes. We shall call him Snake Thrower. No, we won't.
And we're out in 4 minutes, right?
We might need
Or
a
can
little
we
bit
keep
extra time.
going?
Yeah,
Okay,
right?
cool.
Yeah, we can take a little bit
Awesome,
extra time.
great,
Yeah.
sweet.
All right. Are they close enough together? What do you say with the right angle, grouped?
They are relatively grouped. Yes, the cult leader is closest. The other 2 are kind of flanking him behind. But depending on what you're trying to do, they're relatively close. This is not a huge space.
And are my compatriots clear? Of us that say-
None of them are close, no. They are all clear.
So I'm going to use all my power points.
Woo!
Damn. How many?
10. Rosalind tilts her throat back, just like they did in the circus right before they blow an enormous flame bloom. And of course, Rosalind's burns hotter and brighter than any sort of cheap charlatan magician or circus folk. She burns bright blue. No, I wasn't inspired by Zula at all. And as it pours out of her mouth, she screeches it down to all 3 of them, targeting specifically that leader in the center.
Yeah. With what? What is this power that you unleashed?
Dragon's Breath.
Oh my god.
The player breathes a blast of fire, which does 5 damage to all targets, enemies, and friends, which is how I made sure you all clear, that are within a physical striking range. Well, I guess.
They were then, you could,
Okay.
as we established, they were all
Yeah.
closable, so yeah.
So 5 times damage and lighting them all on fire.
Palpable hit.
You don't gotta. Please don't say but. Please don't say but.
There's no but.
Oh,
Yeah.
good!
You deployed this well. The flame rolls out of your mouth, and if there's any flavor you want to add to this, feel free. But I can tell you, as the flames collide with the 2 in back in particular, they had ammunition pouches on their persons which explode, boom, bam, like firecrackers. Blood and guts would be spraying if they weren't instantly incinerated by the white-hot, blue-hot flames of your dragon breath. The cult leader, the flames peel back. His mask peels back. You can see for a moment his face, and he says, Dread Hecate, why have you forsaken me? Rise, Hecate, we do it. And he is incinerated, his bones collapsing in a dead pile.
Ha ha!
My
Wow.
God.
Rosalind, that was amazing.
Indeed. A feat of incredible warfare.
I give her applause. And like hearty applause, not just, slow.
Do you want to investigate?
Yeah, I want to look up at the statue and see if I know anything about this.
Well, now that the word Hecate has been shared,
Yeah.
I mean, it's. You recall, yeah, I mean, the ancient goddess Hecate, the tri-faced, the goddess of wisdom, of 3-part femininity, of magic, of the arcane, and of snakes and
And of
hounds
witches.
And witches.
This.
I'm running over to Rosalind and trying to tend to her wound.
Oh, I'm fine.
If I can. I'm still doing it.
I turn to Mr. Peabody. Peabody. This is, in fact, a witch's statue.
And I'm looking at it with all the lenses, just in case.
Is it possible that the dark power that Ikosagon felt was in fact the dread power of this pagan goddess?
It certainly would explain, it explains the snakes, and it explains the ghostly movements and the hooded figures. So our compatriot was almost assuredly murdered by these people.
But it would seem that they were not able to get there.
Alone?
Well, they were not able to get their ceremony off the off the ground. Whatever arcane magics they were trying to bring into London, it would appear they are no more. However, it is deeply important that we find the drunken Scotchman and not a moment, and not a moment to lose.
And Alice, as you rush over to Rosalind, your eyes kind of catch something on one of the nearby tables. A collection of folios, a collection of dossiers.
Okay,
Yeah, let's go look.
Rosalind, are you sure you're okay? We should really clean that up. It could get infected.
No, let's investigate.
I don't think that's the greatest idea, but okay.
And as you look at the folios, you're shocked to see that each is of you. Your secrets, your locations, your where you go, who you see, who you love.
Good lord, they know about Reginald.
My parents.
In there.
No, I'm saying out loud.
I know.
My parents. I have to go and make sure they're okay.
Wait, we need to figure out where they're going.
I think I need to figure out they haven't hurt my parents.
There's one other piece of documentation near within these folios. It is, you would have seen this with your visors. There's blood, by the way. There's copious amounts of blood. Within the kind of running from the statue across the floor to a set of implements nearby these folios. A bowl, a knife, a pendulum of crystal, and a map. You can see a map of the world.
I immediately look at that map. I want to take a look and sort of use my tactics to try to understand what this map is and what it's tracking.
Well, it seems to be tracking, crisscrossed power. You're not quite sure. It's not shipping lanes. It's
Ley lines.
And it's all bending towards Siberia.
Siberia.
Northern, deep Siberia.
Whatever they were tracking. Look here, Mr. Peabody. These ley lines, energy lines, like those Icosagon is tapped into, like those that present our power. It would appear that these witch men were seeking some manner of ley line junction, a crisscrossing, a junction there.
I can absolutely confirm this. I have built fake versions of a device like this pendulum before for street performers and fortune tellers, but this is legitimate. It actually works.
This area of northern Siberia is currently under the control of the Russian government. Yes.
Well,
it's currently under the control of the Russian government. We have assets above it in the Arctic Sea, but getting there would be some measure for a traditional shipcraft. However, if we were to take the flagship, I could have us there post haste.
Yes, absolutely. If you feel,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't know she's so powerful. You have to kill me. She won't stop. Oh, she was so easy. Your little champion. So quick to turn for power.
Miss Thorne, what is the meaning of this?
Oh.
Rosalind!
And she sticks her hand into the wound and twists it. I'm gonna have my fun destroying her. And then when I'm done, let Icosagon know how much she screamed. I'm going to come for each and every one of you and make sure you die in agony. And then when I'm done, Icosagon will finally know a bit of the pain I've suffered. And then as she does that, she reaches up.
And the ceiling starts to crack. crumble. You hear a rumbling as the overhead, the stone tears away. And there in the sky, staring down at you, is Rosalind's mech. A dragon, its eyes burning black as the fucking black sun, staring down at you.
The dragon scoops up Rosalind in one of its large claws. As she reaches back, she says, I will say, the dumb slut had great taste in mechs. It's pretty magnificent, though nothing compared to my own. Oh, and enjoy this parting gift. This is the last time you'll probably see her, so remember her when she looked at least somewhat human. She'll certainly be nothing but scraps by the time anyone else finds her.
Unhand her!
And you snap your fingers and cast, I believe, the bottom spell.
Oh, yes. Waking Terrors, 20 power points. Each player is attacked by a monster made of their greatest fear. And the monster
is disastrous and dangerous. As the shadows coil around you, to you, Adolphus, it seems to be an iron queen. It is Britannia, but of rotten flesh. She is a corpse. She is death. She is destroyed and nothing. Rising above you, Alice, is a gentleman, his suit made of iron and his hands made of chains. And to you, made of shadow and light, 1,000 faces, laughing, mocking, no one, charlatan, fraud, deceiver, as they all coil around you, and dread Hecate leaps into her dragon mech, sailing into the sky. And that, champions, is where we will leave this tale.
Yay! No, Rosalind, no!
That was genuinely terrifying.
That was wonderful. That was wonderful.
Exhale, exhale. Thank you so much.
Oh no!
Thank you so much. Thank you to the audience.
Thanks, guys.
For joining us on this adventure. We will see you same time, same channel, Saving Throw Show at 5 o'clock PST next Sunday for the thrilling conclusion of Champions of the Past. Will Britannia survive? Will our heroes live to see another day? Or will dread Hecate finally get her damned revenge?
Probably.
Tune in, find out, and have an adventure of your own.